a chance again at the end, and really, due to the team's success, got a chance to prove himself again, and he did in spades. So, that's what these guys go through. We got a very formidable opponent in the White Sox. They took a big step forward, and he did in spades. So, that's what these guys go through. We got a very formidable opponent in the game. This kid, Grant Taylor, they've got a great closer in Sir Anthony, and they're very formidable.
Murph, we are looking forward to it. Enjoy the day.
Thank you so much.
Pat Murphy with us here on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. We are back with more after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
Hi, you're listening to Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a Tacoma. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey, because you're driving the kids to a farm sanctuary in a Grand Highlander. Breathe in, breathe out, and go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Menards has all the tools and fasteners you need to finish your home improvement project. Whether you need standard nails for general construction or specialty nails for specific applications, you'll find them here. New Fast collated nails are made in the USA with the highest quality steel. Check out our entire selection of New Fast collated nails and view our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
Teams are lined up across the respective foul lines, and the introductions taking place at American Family Field on opening day 2026 as we continue the on-deck show built by Menards. It's the Brewers and the White Sox. Josh Mauer back with you. Let's take a look at the NL Central standings. Well, it's opening day. Everybody is tied for first place, and that's brought to you, as always, by Central Standard Craft Distillery. Nothing opens the doors of a new season like Door County Cherry Vodka. Made with 50 pounds of real Door County cherry juice and sweetened with a touch of real Wisconsin honey. Mixes well with anything. Central Standard Distillery, crafted to gather. Today's injury report presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injured, skip the ER and start healing faster with Ortho ASAP, the walk-in orthopedic clinic from OAW. See a specialist today and learn more at orthowisconsin.com. Bad news breaking this morning on opening day. Jackson Chourio has a left hand fracture. That took place when he was playing for Team Venezuela at the World Baseball Classic. They finally got imaging on it, and it turned out there was that hairline fracture. He's going to be out approximately 2 to 4 weeks to start the regular season. When we come back, we're going to hear from one of the youngest opening day starters in Brewers history. Jacob Miserowski joins me to talk about getting the ball as we get the season started. That's coming up next on the Brewers Radio Network.
High-tech data centers are critical to unlocking the power of technology to grow our economy, improve our healthcare, and transform education. And Wisconsin is quickly becoming a data center hub, which is great news for our state's skilled workers. Each data center creates about 1,800 construction jobs and then hundreds of high-paying jobs to operate it. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now supports bringing data centers online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
Hey, I went to the new place. They didn't have everything, but the bananas were on sale.
Wait, why didn't you go to Woodman?
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. Other stores promote a few items but charge more for everything else. At Woodman's, you save big-time money on your whole grocery bill.
I even use the app to compare prices.
Oh my gosh, talk about receipt regret. Our work here is done.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
At Prevea Orthopedics and HSHS Hospitals, we understand all the ways you move.
From the ways you love to move, to the ways you need to move, and the ways you want to move. Movement looks different for everyone. That's why we specialize in you, providing the expert care you need for all the ways you move. To schedule an appointment, visit prevea.com/ortho.
On Deck Show, built by Menards. Opening day continues as we get ready for the Brewers and the White Sox. And today's starting pitcher for the Brewers, his first career opening day start about to take place. Jacob Miserowski is kind enough to join us. The fact that you're getting this ball here today for opening day, what's that mean to you?
It's awesome. I mean, I think it's unreal. First opening day in the show, it's kind of crazy that they're throwing me on the mound.
Can you take us back to the conversation with Pat Murphy and Christian Yelich when they told you, as best you remember it? I know Yelly was brought in by Murph.
Yeah, it was fun. They were giving me a little crap and, messing with me a little bit, but no, it was good. It was really good.
It's kind of a whirlwind year. I keep thinking about what you must be feeling in 2026 versus this time in 2025. Have you had time during this whirlwind to kind of take stock of that, what a difference 12 months in your life can make?
Yeah, it's crazy. Couldn't have done it without my fiance and her help in the off season, and just being back home with the family really helped a lot. So just getting reconfabulated with it all and really feeling back at home. So yeah, it's good.
You got engaged in the offseason. Congratulations, as part of many things that have happened to you in the 12 months that I just mentioned. How was the engagement? How did it go?
It was good. It was really good. Been dating Elle for a while, so it's good. It's good that it finally happened, and, as she likes to say, but no, it's good.
Oh, so it was like that. She was getting a little antsy about it?
Yeah, she knew it was somewhat coming, and she just started messing with me, so it was good.
Brewers starting pitcher here for opening day, Jacob Miserowski, our guest on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. When you look back to your rookie season a year ago, what are the biggest takeaways that you had? Things that you learned, things you experienced. What were the things that stand out to you most?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing was, when things got tough, you can go through a spurt of not throwing the way you want to. You have teammates in the clubhouse that are picking you up and helping you through it, and knowing that on the other side you're going to come out better.
I know when I look back to your rookie year, there are probably 2 or 3 moments that stand out most, but I think for me it's Game 5 against the Cubs and your win in that game. But what is the most memorable thing that you remember from 2025? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean, you got a lot. I mean, the first game against the Dodgers, first game against Skeens, stuff like that. Those were really cool at the very beginning of the career, but yeah, I mean, Game 5 is crazy, but also just getting my job done in the biggest situation of the year really I think cements that of the big moment.
All right, enough looking back. Let's turn the page to 2026. You are leading a very young rotation. The fact that Brandon Woodruff's going to be here at least provide some veteran leadership at the back end of it. But, hey, this is a young group of starting pitchers that's going to try to help the team win a 4th straight division. How do you guys as a group, how do you feel about having those kind of expectations placed upon you?
Yeah, I mean, excited. I think that's something that we were more than capable of doing, and, I'm excited to make it happen and, just be a part of the team and, win ball games.
Last question. You talk about adrenaline a lot, and I know that helps you when you get onto the mound. In a few minutes here, you're going to throw the first pitch of the 2026 season for the Brewers. How's the adrenaline level, do you think, going to be?
It's going to be up there. When you get fans in the stands, the adrenaline really goes up. So, I mean, basically anytime you have the ball in your hand, it's going to be high, but it's going to be good.
Awesome stuff. Miz, thanks so much for your time, and we wish you all the success in the world this year.
Thank you.
Jacob Miserowski here from American Family Field. When we come back, I'll get you the starting lineups. It's the Brewers and the White Sox minutes away on the Brewers Radio Network.
The green and gold runs deep, and we've got your football fix. From Lambeau to the living room, Wisconsin's Midday News brings you the experts on and off the field to break down every showdown from Titletown.
All these guys have a journey, and all these guys have a story, and it's fun to follow those journeys and learn more about how they got to where they are.
So grab your cheesehead and lock into Football Fix, powered by Flanner's Home Entertainment, every Wednesday at 12:15, only on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways. Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Gas to your home are built and maintained by the skilled professionals of Steam Fitters Local 601. They're pipeline and gas distribution experts who install, repair, and maintain the systems powering Wisconsin's homes, businesses, and industries. Steam Fitters Local 601 represents over 2,800 members, working statewide under national agreements that set the highest standards for safety, quality, and reliability. Ready to build a career as a pipeline welder or helper? Apply today at steam601.org.
At Boucher, we don't just sell cars, we build careers.
For over 45 years, Boucher has been Wisconsin's trusted name in automotive excellence, and today we're growing faster than ever.
Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting out, Boucher is hiring across all departments: sales, service, finance, and more.
Enjoy industry-leading pay, unbeatable benefits, paid training, and a workplace that truly values you. Join the Boucher family, where we ride with you every mile, and your future rides with us. Apply today at Boucher.com.
You're going to want to pay attention to this.
Struck him out looking.
On the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
That was filthy. We are 10 minutes away from beginning the 2026 season. The Brewers hosting the Chicago White Sox. And before we get to the lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Brewers Radio Network. Today's lineups are brought to you by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. Against our pregame guest, Jacob Miserowski, Will Venable puts out these 9. Chase Mydrop, second-year big leaguer at second base, leads off. Another talented youngster, Colson Montgomery. He'll be the shortstop and number 2 batter. Miguel Vargas is the third baseman hitting third, and the veteran Andrew Benintendi in the cleanup spot. He's the DH. Man, we saw with the Reds last year. Austin Hayes in left field bats 5th. Just over from Japan, power hitting Munetaka Murakami is the first baseman, batting 6th in his United States debut. Everson Pereira, the right fielder, hits 7th. Edgar Caro does the catching and bats 8th. And the former Met, Luis Angel Acuna, in center field rounds out the order for Chicago. They're going to throw Shane Smith, the Rule 5 pick that was taken out of the Brewers organization just last year. Here's the lineup for Pat Murphy on opening day, minus Jackson Churio due to that injury. Bryce Terang will be in the leadoff spot. Terang, the second baseman, and William Contreras is batting second and doing the catching. Christian Yelich, the designated hitter, hits third, and Andrew Vaughn, a former White Sox, will play first base and clean up. Jake Bowers gets the start in left field. He's batting 5th. Sal Frelick, the right fielder, number 6. The newcomer David Hamilton gets the start at third base on opening day, batting 7th. Garrett Mitchell in center field will hit 8th. And Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, he'll be the number 9 batter against Shane Smith. The umpires presented by Cannon and Dunphy. The crew chief Mark Wagner calling the balls and strikes. At first base, Bruce Streckman. Second base, Carlos Torres. And Nate Tomlinson. He's got third base. Cannon and Dunphy, trusted by Wisconsin families since 1985. Just like the umpires keep the game fair, Cannon and Dunphy fights for justice when it matters most. Cannon and Dunphy, Milwaukee's trusted personal injury attorneys. Jordan Love and Jordan Stoltz, couple of Jordans throwing out ceremonial first pitches. More from Lane when we come back. This is the On Deck Show, built by Menards on the Brewers Radio Network.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday this summer, we at Cedar Crest are celebrating too. It's been 50 years since the first scoop of delicious Cedar Crest ice cream was served. We'd have been serving it up back in 1776 too if we could have just figured out how to keep it cold. All of our product is produced in small batches and slowly pasteurized to produce the flavorful, creamy texture we all know and love. We still use only fresh, local Wisconsin cream. Cedar Crest, a family business born and raised in Wisconsin. Look for it at your local grocer.
When choosing a dentist, you're really choosing someone to trust with your health, your comfort, your confidence, your smile. That's why you want a Wisconsin Dental Association member dentist. WDA dentists are committed to putting patients first. Through continuing education, they ensure your care is modern and science-based. And they improve access and oral health across Wisconsin. Choose the care your smile deserves. Find a dentist near you at WDA.org.
Steinhoffels is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. This season, Steinhoffels is partnering with Special Spaces Wisconsin to create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer all across Wisconsin. For every Brewers triple, Steinhoffels will donate $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. 3 bases for Special Spaces. Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader since 1934, is 100% employee-owned, and a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is being brought to you by American Family Insurance. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. Construction Business Group. Usinger's famous sausage. Usingers and baseball, it's just not summer without them. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Menards. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Prevea Health. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now. Delta Dental. Quick Trip. Palms Tire Service. West Bend Insurance. The Silver Lining. Smart 18. Steinhoffels. Toyota. Woodman's Food Market. Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail. Island Resort and Casino. Wisconsin Dental Association. Iron Workers Local 8. Cedar Crest Ice Cream. Wisconsin Biofuels. North Shore Adult Diapers. Concordia University of Wisconsin. Wisconsin Laborers District Council. And Tsunami Express Car Wash. We are moments away from the first pitch of the 2026 season. It's coming up after this on the On Deck Show, built by Menards on the Brewers Radio Network.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
You shouldn't have to pay a fortune for your dry cleaning, and soon you won't have to. That's right, CD1 Price Cleaners is coming to the Milwaukee area with multiple stores this spring. CD1 Price Cleaners will dry clean any garment for just $3. Pants, $3. Dresses, $3. Winter coats? Yep, you guessed it, $3. CD1 Price Cleaners opening this spring across the Milwaukee area. Proud partner of the Brewers Radio Network.
George, you just had an incredible shift. What's it like turning those double play meal deals like nobody's business? George, what's your secret? Hold on, folks. Let's give our star a moment. He's been busy making double play meal deals all day long. There you have it. Sounds like the secret is George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 crave-worthy cheeseburgers and 2 fries. Available all season long, so you can fuel up for every game. George Webb. Our kitchen is always cooking.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Baseball's back. Don't watch from the couch upstairs. Upgrade your basement with Matrix Basement, Midwest's #1 basement finishing company. Visit matrixbasements.com for your free estimate.
As we welcome you back inside American Family Field, the Milwaukee Brewers take the field for the first time in 2026. Regular season begins now. The Brewers and the Chicago White Sox to get it going. Jacob Miserowski has led the team out onto the diamond as we wrap up the On Deck Show built by Menards. It's time for our roof update brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. We are buttoned up for opening day. The roof and the panels are closed, and that is brought to you by Big Fish. With decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows, visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Play ball from Brandon Woodruff's young daughter. Good way to ring in the new year, the new baseball year. Let's take a quick drive around the league. Brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers, trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. The first game of the first full day of the Major League season is underway at Citi Field, and the Mets scored 5 runs against Paul Skeens in the bottom of the first inning. They lead 5-2. Freddie Peralta gave up a 2-run home run to Brandon Lau before he recorded an out in the top of the first for the Mets in his debut. But 5-2 New York in the lead. That game is now in the top of the third. Well, we're ready to roll with the game, which is brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com. Brewers and White Sox, and it's my honor to turn it over to Lane Grindle for the play-by-play.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority. The Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Chase Miserowski steps into the batter's box. The 23-year-old Jacob Miserowski looks in, and the first pitch of the 58th season of Brewers baseball is up and away for ball 1. Fastball at 101 from Miserowski. Miserowski, a rookie a season ago for the White Sox, takes a strike at the letters, and it's 1-1. Got underway just a couple of minutes late here today at American Family Field. All the festivities of opening day. The 1-1 missed outside of the fastball at 100, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 1:11 our official first pitch time. 46 degrees outside, but the roof is closed here at American Family Field. Miserowski's 2-1 pitch is popped up foul back our way. And off the facing of the press box to our right. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First pitch of Brewers baseball is brought to you by Carbliss, premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at AmFam Field and find Carbliss right here inside the stadium. Carbliss, less is more. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Down and away with a curveball. And the count runs full on Miserowski. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. 253 a year ago for Miserowski. 5 home runs, 23 driven in. Right-handed hitter against the flame-throwing right-hander Jacob Miserowski, an all-star a season ago, and the 3rd youngest opening day starter in franchise history. Here's a fly ball deep left field. This ball is way back there and way gone off the bat of Chase Miserowski. Got a fastball at 100. About belt high on the inner half, and he sent it out above the Brewers bullpen, and the White Sox take an early 1-0 lead. Miserowski 5 home runs a season ago, but he's got one on opening day here in Milwaukee. And that'll bring up Colson Montgomery, another youngster in this White Sox lineup. 24 years old himself, debuted on the 4th of July last year, and what a stretch of baseball he put together for the White Sox. As Miserowski misses down and in with a slider, it's 1-0. Hit .239 last year in 71 games, but the 21 home runs really catches your attention. 55 driven in. And here's a ground ball just foul up the first base line. 1 ball and 1 strike on Colson Montgomery. Brewers defensively, Bowers is in left, Mitchell's in center, Frelick's in right. Hamilton's the 3rd baseman, Ortiz at short, Terang at second, Vaughn at first, and Contreras does the catching for the Crew. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss through a curveball. It's 1-2 on Montgomery. Brewers in their home whites today. White Sox with the black tops and the gray pants. Mark Wegner, the crew chief, calls the balls and strikes. Bruce Streckman's at first base. Carlos Torres at second base. Nate Tomlinson in the rocking chair at third. Miserowski looks in. Long hold, and now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball up and away at 99. An ortho ASAP strikeout for Miserowski, and there's one away. Very feeble swing by Montgomery. And Miserowski has a tendency to get a lot of swings that look like that. Very awkward against the electric stuff of the Brewers right-hander. Here's Miguel Vargas, who's been a thorn in the Brewers' side over the course of his career. Check swing foul over near the Brewers on deck circle. It's 0-1. In his career against the Brewers, 10 for 28, 5 home runs, and 11 driven in for Miguel Vargas. Former Dodger. A couple of years now with the White Sox. The 0-1 pitch is a little high. Fastball at 100. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A few folks still filing in, but for the most part, every seat is occupied here at American Family Field. Electric atmosphere during the pregame. Here's the 1-1. And in there with a strike on a curveball, and it's 1-2. Miserowski, always a guy that has a lot of energy when he comes to the mound. Wears his emotions on his sleeve at times in a very positive way. The 1-2 pitch, able to check on a curveball down and away. That was a good miss by Miserowski. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a tough take for Vargas, right-handed hitter that hit just .234 a year ago with 16 home runs and drove in 60. Miserowski's 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled straight back into the net, and it stays at 2-2. That was a slider at 96 miles an hour from Miserowski. Dueling all-stars in this pitching matchup today. Miserowski and Shane Smith on the other side for the White Sox, a former Brewers farmhand. 2-2 pitch. That missed a little high, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So he has taken Vargas full, and it's been a little bit of a lengthy inning so far for Miserowski from a pitch count standpoint. He's facing his 3rd batter of the inning. He's thrown 16 pitches. 3-2 to Vargas is right down the middle for a called 3rd strike. A fastball at 99. Another ortho ASAP strikeout for Miserowski. He's got 2 of them now. Boy, you like the way he's bounced back after giving up the leadoff home run to Miserowski, John.
And even the pitch to Miserowski, he threw him a good fastball that you just have to kind of tip your cap and say, all right, nice swing.
If you can turn around that, more power to you.
Good on you.
Here's Andrew Benintendi, the veteran. Left-handed hitter. First pitch from Miserowski. A swing and a miss over the top of his slider, and it's 0-1. 240 a year ago, 20 home runs, 63 driven in for the former Yankee, Royal, Red Sox, Andrew Benintendi. A 1 pitch. Missed outside. Fastball at 99. And it's a ball and a strike. This is a very young White Sox team, but they've sprinkled in a couple of veterans. Benintendi and Austin Hayes, who hit 4 and 5 in this lineup, being the prime examples of that. Here's a swing and a miss on a fastball away at 99, and it's 1-2 on Benintendi. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Benintendi. Miserowski, 20 pitches so far in this first inning. Looks in, kicks and delivers, and missed high with a fastball at 99, and the count evens at 2-2. Jacob looks into Contreras. A solo home run given up to start up this game. Swung on and fouled back into the net. It stays at 2-2, but strikes out the next 2 batters, and now trying to finish off Andrew Benintendi and get the Brewers to the plate for the first time in 2026. Two balls and 2 strikes. Miserowski. The pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air, foul, and out of play down the left field line. Stays at 2-2. So White Sox team expected to be much better. Of course, historically futile 2 years ago. Made a nice improvement last year in year 1 with Will Venable as their manager. They were so bad in 24 that 60 wins last year was big-time improvement for Chicago. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101. He just blew it right past Benintendi. And after the solo home run, Miserowski responds by striking out the next 3 White Sox. Ortho ASAP strikeouts, first of many on the season for the Miz. We've played half an inning. It's the White Sox 1 and the Brewers coming up on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty is taking you courtside. Powered by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Butts Insiders is your inside look at player updates, game previews, and exclusive analysis with special guests all season long.
I think after the game, he had 3 words to say: I get buckets.
Tune in every Thursday at 12:35, only on Wisconsin's Midday News.
For the win! It's gone!
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Hey Brewers fans, as you're cheering on your favorite team, leave your home comfort to Carrier. Whether it's keeping your current heating and cooling system running smoothly or upgrading to a new one, your local Carrier dealer has got you covered. Plus, now is the perfect time to step up your comfort game with a Carrier home comfort system. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ask about rebates and financing available for qualified buyers. Carrier, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Find your local dealer at carriermilwaukee.com.
The First Inning is brought to you by Lakeland University. Founded in 1862, proudly serving students across Wisconsin for over 160 years. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Bryce Turang leads off the bottom of the first for the Crew against Shane Smith. First offering from Smith misses inside. It's 1-0. Smith, an All-Star a year ago, Rule 5 pick from the Brewers by the White Sox. Former teammate of Jacob Miserowski in the minors. And now Edgar Carroll, who is the White Sox catcher, was having, I think, a little bit of an issue with his pitch comm. Everything is fine, and we are ready to resume. 1 ball and no strikes on Turang. Smith brings home the pitch, missed way outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Second team All MLB last year for Bryce. What a year. 288. 18 home runs, 81 driven in. Big home run in Game 5 of the NLDS. 2-0 pitch. And Turang taking all the way. Took a strike with a changeup. It's 2-1. Quick trip around the bases presented by King Size Hershey's. And today's contestant in the quick trip around the bases is Zebeda Baldwin of Toma. If the Brewers score in the first inning, Zebeda will win a $100 quick trip gift card compliments of Hershey's and Quick Trip. Turang checks on a changeup that missed a little bit low. They appeal to third. And now, no, it's going to be Edgar Carroll challenging. So Mark Wegner letting us know that this is our first ABS challenge of the 2026 Brewers season. And it was a strike.
Overturned it for the strike.
So overturned. And the White Sox will retain both of their challenges. So a very good challenge early on by Carroll, the young catcher for the White Sox. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count now on Turang. Smith working out of the windup, sets up on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch missed outside. Now the count is 3-2 on Bryce. Bryce was named to the all-tournament team in the WBC. Went 8 for 22 for Team USA this spring. Looks poised for a huge season in 2026. 3-2 is lined into left center field. On the run is Acuna. It's over his head, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall in the gap. Turang jogging into second with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the first. And we saw so much of that this spring from Bryce Turang. That doubles power, that gap ability that he has. And, of course, $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westman, the silver lining for every double hit by a Brewers player. And Bryce Terang going to contribute to that fund a lot over the course of this year, one can only imagine. So a good start to this bottom of the first off Shane Smith. A double for Terang, and here's William Contreras. Healthier than he was a year ago, which is a good sign for the Brewers and a problem for the rest of Major League Baseball. First offering to William. Check swing foul into the Brewers dugout. Everybody all right? And it's 0-1. 260 a season ago, 17 home runs, 76 driven in. Got the second most innings in Major League Baseball last year. And he did it all with a fracture in his finger. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled back into the net. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Yelich in the on-deck circle for the Crew. 1-0 White Sox, but the Brewers with a leadoff double from Terang. To start up this bottom of the first against Shane Smith. Smith brings home the pitch and a little flare on the infield. Back of second base going out is Montgomery, the shortstop, to make the catch. And there's one away for Christian Yelich. Yelich 264 a season ago, 29 home runs, drove in 103. Christian Yelich's bat in the 2 years of the Pat Murphy era has been elite. And the Brewers would take more of the same in 2026 in year 3 of the Pat Murphy era. Smith's first offering is a strike on the inner half. Fastball at 95. It's 0-1. White Sox defensively, Hayes in left, Acuña's in center, Pereira is in right. Vargas at third, Montgomery at short, Meidroth the second baseman, Murakami is at first, and Caro does the catching. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Yelich a little late on a fastball at 96. And it's 0-2. Andrew Vaughn in the on-deck circle for the Crew. Smith looks back at second. And now the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the net just above the White Sox third base dugout. Stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Brewers 97 wins a season ago, the best in Major League Baseball. Advanced to the NLCS with a Game 5 victory in the NLDS over the Cubs. 0-2 swung on and fouled back into the net. And the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes on the Brewers' veteran designated hitter Christian Yelich. It was a magical year a season ago for the Crew. Smith 0-2. This one's fouled out of play third base side. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Yelich, who's really battling in this at bat against Smith. But if you ask Matt Arnold and Pat Murphy and the rest of the Brewers brain trust, they would tell you last year, as special as it was last year, and now we have to write a new story in 2026. 0-2 pitch. And Yelich, a ground ball, hits the mound, kicks over to Montgomery at short near the second base bag, throws to first, and retires Yelich, but Terang able to go to third on the play. He's there with 2 outs. So a runner 90 feet away, but 2 outs, and here's Andrew Vaughn, the former Chicago White Sox, former first-round pick of Chicago. Brewers traded for Vaughn in the middle of the season last year. Sending Aaron Savali to the White Sox. And Andrew Vaughn lit the fuse for the Brewers offense in early July, and it never really looked back. First offering to Vaughn. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Vaughn, the cleanup hitter today for the Brewers. Cleanup any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego and serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. No balls and 1 strike on Vaughn. Smith brings home the pitch way outside, almost threw that one back to the backstop. Good backhanded catch by Caro. It saved a run, and it's 1-1. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Tying run 90 feet away here, bottom of the first inning. A 1-0 White Sox lead. Smith set at the belt, the 1-1. And a ground ball. This is going to be a tough play. Montgomery charging fields, throws in time to take care of Vaughn. And the inning is over. That one got in on Vaughn with a changeup, jammed him. It rolled slowly out to Montgomery, but Montgomery, with good range, made that play very routine-like. So the Brewers get a leadoff double, Strand Terang at third. We've played an inning here in Milwaukee. It's a 1-0 White Sox lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Hi, you're listening to Meditating with Jan from Toyota. Soften your focus and visualize yourself off-roading in a Tacoma. Now engage your senses. What do you hear? A donkey, because you're driving the kids to a farm sanctuary in a Grand Highlander. Breathe in, breathe out, and go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends March 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Searching for auto, light truck tires or service? Visit the Tire Professionals at Palms Tire Service. Trusted and family owned for over 80 years. With over 200 locations in 17 states. Great pricing on hand-cooked tires and all major brands. Palms Tire, one of the largest commercial and retread dealers. Providing truckers and fleets with the most dependable 24-hour road service. Palms Tire, proud partner of global leading tire company Hand-Cooked Tire. Never halfway, Hand-Cooked Tire. For the best deals on tires and all your service needs, visit PalmsTire.com.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Rooting for the Brew Crew because we're from Milwaukee too. Tastes like Miller time. The easiest way to watch the Brewers is here. Get Brewers TV for the 2026 season now. Catch every Christian Yelich home run and Sal Frelick Web Gym for just $19.99 a month. Learn more and sign up now at brewers.tv. Milwaukee Brewers Baseball and Miller Lite.
Diving stop. Nothing gets through. And nothing stops leaks like North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
We go to the second inning here in Milwaukee. It's a 1-0 White Sox lead, and Austin Hayes leads things off for Chicago. Miserowski, 24 pitches to get through the first inning. Back out there for inning number 2, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss at an elevated fastball at 99. And it's 0-1. Hayes spent last year in Cincinnati. Brewers saw him a lot. 266 for the veteran, 15 home runs, and 64 driven in. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, late on a fastball at 99, and it's 0-2. A solo home run to start up this game from Chase Miserowski. That's the only scoring in this one. Brewers wasted a leadoff double in the bottom of the first from Bryce Terang. Hayes has feasted on left-handed pitching over the course of his career, but facing a hard-throwing righty here in Miserowski. 0-2 pitch. That's high with a fastball at 99. It's 1-2. It'll be Hayes, Murakami, and Pereira scheduled to hit here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 pitch. Bounce that breaking ball in the dirt. And the count levels at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This inning brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Snow, salt, slush, strike them all out. Tsunami Express Car Wash is proud to be the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball, hit on the ground to third. Couple of hops out to David Hamilton. Gets to his feet, throws to first in time, and retires Hayes. Had to go down to a knee to pick that one for Hamilton.
It's the first time the Brewers have needed a defender.
How about that?
Other than the catcher, I suppose.
Been all true outcomes up until then, huh? Here's Munetaka Murakami. Comes over from Japan. Big-time power hitter with a little bit of swing and miss in there. First pitch, a swing and a miss at a fastball at 99. It's 0-1. Memberships at Tsunami Express, by the way, start at $16 your first month. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. No balls and 1 strikes on Murakami. The pitch. Missed high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Last year in Japan, 286, 24 home runs, 52 driven in for Murakami. Left-handed hitter. White Sox spent a little bit of money in the offseason, and this was one of the contracts they gave out. The 1-1 missed up and away with a changeup that time from Miz. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the second inning, a 1-0 White Sox lead. There is a buzz in the crowd. Everybody waiting to explode. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 on Murakami. This opening day crowd just looking for something to get them to their feet. A Miserowski strikeout, maybe a home run in the bottom half of the inning. So many great moments in this ballpark last season. 2-2 pitch. Missed high, and the count is full, 3-2. And these White Sox hitters have worked deep into the count pretty consistently against Miserowski. They've run that pitch count up sizably here in these first couple of innings. He's at 33 pitches already in this outing. 3-2 pitch, and he missed inside. He walked him. So a walk to Murakami. Missed in with a fastball at 99, and the White Sox have a base runner in front of Everson Pereira. Last year with Tampa Bay, 138, 2 home runs, 8 driven in. 2 years prior to that, he played a little bit with the Yankees. In fact, he played in the Brewers series in 23 at Yankee Stadium. Murakami gets his lead from first, being held on by Vaughn. And Miserowski's pitch fills up the zone right at the very bottom with a fastball at 98, and it's 0-1. Good to have baseball back. Good to make it count. This long journey just beginning in 2026. 0-1. There's a strike right down the middle with a changeup that time. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
1 inning down, thousands to go.
A changeup at 91, and Pereira just shaking his head after he got a look at that. And now time was called right before Miserowski delivered the pitch, and Jacob's not happy. Jacob telling Mark Wegner, come on, I was already into the windup. He is not happy, or into the stretch, I should say. Mark Wegner said, nope, he called time before you did. Pitch was right down the middle, too. No balls and 2 strikes on Pereira. The pitch. Chopper up the third baseline, but foul. And we'll do it again. Well, nothing says spring's arrived like the aroma of delicious Usinger sausage on the grill and the award-winning Pine River cheese spreads and hometown favorite Cedar Crest ice cream. That's the perfect accompaniments. Make your tailgate taste great with Usinger, Cedar Crest, and Pine River. We were out in the parking lots today, and you better believe those were being utilized. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back into the net. Stays at 0-2 on Pereira. Yeah, when we walked out the door today, I mean, the smell hit you almost immediately. It was like, whoa, there it is. Brewers fans are back. No balls and 2 strikes on Pereira. Miserowski brings home the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and away. And that's the 4th ortho ASAP strikeout of the afternoon already for the Miz. 2 down, and here's Edgar Carroll. He's getting a lot of swing and miss today. The stuff is good. The Miz looks like the Miz. I think it's very safe to say. Carroll, young catcher out of Cuba. Debuted last year very early in the season, in about mid-April. First offering to him. It's fouled back into the net. It's 0-1. He'll turn 23 on April the 6th. So this is a very young catcher. Of course, Kyle Teals was supposed to be maybe the everyday catcher for the White Sox, but he is starting the year on the injured list, and that's why Reese McGuire, who was in camp with the Brewers all spring, is now the backup catcher in Chicago. 0-1 is up and away with a fastball at 98, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carroll hit .268 last year, 5 home runs. and drove in 36. Miserowski looks in. Here's the 1-1. And just missed outside with a slider. That was a quality pitch from Miserowski. Contreras didn't think about challenging it. Missed, maybe by a baseball off the plate. And it's 2-1 on Carroll. Runner at first and 2 outs here. Top of the second inning at American Family Field. Two on. This one's popped up foul and out of play back behind home plate. And the count is even at 2-2. Brewers faced the White Sox last year early in the year, late April, early May-ish. It was at the end of a 3-city road trip, San Francisco, St. Louis, and then Chicago. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 99. And it's 5 ortho ASAP strikeouts for Miserowski through the first 2 innings. Puts up a 0 in the second. We go to the bottom of 2. White Sox with a 1-0 lead on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American Family Insurance.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2032 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2032. Visit PellaWI.com.
It is 1-0 White Sox as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Jake Bauers to lead things off for the Brewers. What a spring that Bauers put together. Really finished last season on a very high note as well. And finds himself in the opening day lineup here today for Pat Murphy in left field. Shane Smith took him 18 pitches to get through the first inning. And the first pitch strike to Bauers. It's 0-1. Smith looking in through his glove, working out of the windup. The 0-1 pitch. It's a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Jackson Churio news, Josh, certainly was a bummer of a way to start the day. I think the good news there, though, is it doesn't feel like it's going to be a long-term situation. And the Brewers are being cautious with him. 1-1. That missed inside off the plate. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And I think you should be very conservative with this early in the year. You want him healthy in May and June and July and, of course, hopefully well into October. 2-1. Check swing foul over near the White Sox on deck circle. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But that's a spark plug for this team. No question about it.
I think the frustration, probably even just from a fan standpoint, is it was an injury that happened about 3 weeks ago.
Right.
You just found out about it.
Here's the 2-2 to Bauers. And a half swing and a miss at a changeup down below the zone. Bauers strikes out. First strikeout of the day for Smith. And that'll bring up Sal Frelick.
It was one of those early games at the World Baseball Classic where Jackson got hit in the hand with a pitch, sat out a couple of days, and then Team Venezuela just brought him right back.
First offering to Frelick is a strike at the top of the zone. Fastball at 95, and it's 0-1. And I think he's one of the more exciting players in baseball. I mean, when you come to the ballpark and Jackson Churrio's in the lineup, you never know what you're going to see because he might do something you've never seen before. 0-1. Frelick tried to check. Nope. He went around, says Mark Wegner. No need for an appeal. Curveball down below the zone, and Frelick finds himself in an 0-2 hole. And I also think year 3 for Jackson. People are anticipating this to be a big leap for Jackson in year 3. 0-2. Up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's a junior now in Major League Baseball. His feet are underneath of him, and you know, we've been talking about 2020 seasons the last couple of years. I think it was fair to say maybe he goes 30-30 this year. 1-2 pitch. Missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Frelick. And very well still could.
Yeah, that's all still very much on the table. The estimated timeline that we were given this morning was 2 to 4 weeks. And if it's on the short end of that, then, hey, that's nothing.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Missed inside. Very close pitch with a changeup, but Frelick better for it by taking it. And the count is full, 3-2. So Frelick fell behind 0-2. He's battled back and worked a full count here. Smith looking in. Brings home the 3-2. And Frelick able to check. They appeal to third. He didn't go. Sal works the walk with 1 out here in the 2nd inning. Ortho ASAP walk. When pain can't wait, walk right in to Ortho ASAP. Same-day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. So the Brewers have their second base runner of the afternoon, and that'll bring up David Hamilton. Hit 198 a year ago for the Red Sox. Former Brewer prospect. Back in a Brewers uniform, and he takes outside for ball 1. It's a very toolsy guy, speedy guy. He can play all over the infield. You get him on with nobody on in front of him, and it'll get really fun really quick. This guy has as much speed as anybody in baseball. 1-0 pitch. And I think he went around. He did. On a changeup down below the zone, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That changeup has given those left-handed hitters some fits in the first couple of innings. Doesn't appear that they're seeing that pitch that well, and understandably so. Shane Smith was an all-star a year ago. Had a tremendous first half. 1-1 pitch. Hamilton, a pop-up foul, and now to play third base side. It's 1-2. Hamilton had a very productive spring. Felt like every time you sat in with the manager, he was saying something good about David Hamilton. Whether it was how great his defense is, what he can bring to the table on the bases. Very useful player. 1-2 pitch. Late emergency swing, and he
candidate for this year. Pat has become known to make that prediction about one player every spring.
And he doesn't miss very often. When he says it, it usually happens. Here's a throw to first, and back in time is Frelick.
His first one was Bryce Terang, and that came up pretty accurate, didn't it?
Yeah. One ball and 2 strikes on Hamilton. Garrett Mitchell in the on-deck circle for the Crew. The pitch. And a broken back grounder foul up the first baseline. We'll do it again, and Hamilton will have to get a new piece of lumber to continue the at-bat. They get the first Brewers bobblehead of the season when the Crew give away 25,000 Miz trading card bobbleheads at the game on Saturday the 11th, courtesy of Toyota. Grab seats at brewers.com/giveaways. Hamilton doctoring up his bat a little bit and ready to resume this AB. Hamilton gets the start today over Rengifo, who's a switch hitter, but with a righty on the mound, and I think the confidence the manager has in Hamilton, he gets the first crack at third base. Smith looks in. There goes the runner. The 1-2 pitch is popped up foul back behind home plate now to play. And we're going to have catcher's interference. So Hamilton will be awarded first base, and Sal, who was starting to run back to first, was stopped. No, stay at second. It's not a stolen base, but you're there anyway. So an E2 on Carroll on a catcher's interference.
I think that's one of those lanes where Caro was starting to pop up a little early out of his crouch because Frelick was in motion, and that's why he reached out and made contact with Hamilton's bat.
Yeah, you see him get into his secondary position as the pitch is coming in to try to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker. And so the stolen base really induced that catcher's interference. You're right, Josh. It's a good catch. So here's Mitchell, first and second and one away. A scoring threat for the Brewers here, trailing 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Smith looks in, brings home the pitch, and Mitchell takes down and away with a changeup. It's 1-0. Brewers have run up the pitch count on Smith as well. He is at 36 pitches now. And climbing. Mitchell just 25 games a year ago. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. A little late on a fastball at 97. And it's 1-1. Hit just 206. No home runs. Drove in 3. Got to keep this guy healthy. Give him a runway to realize the immense potential that he possesses. He's had some memorable swings in a Brewers uniform in his short career. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in. It's 2-1 strike on Mitchell. Think of the walk-off on opening weekend a couple of years ago against the Mets. Of course, the wild card series a couple of years ago, also against the Mets. Here's the 2-1. That one's low, and it's 3-1 strike on Garrett Mitchell.
Wayne, if you go back to spring training, Shane Smith had some major control problems for the White Sox. Now, they said they weren't too concerned about it. Once they got into the regular season, you figured that might kind of shore itself up. But I think the Brewers should be patient against him, especially early.
They're showing some patience here in this second inning for sure, Josh. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Missed inside. He walked him, and the bases are loaded for guess who? Joey Ortiz. It's still 2025. A franchise record plate appearances with the bases loaded a year ago for Joey Ortiz, and wouldn't you know it, the first time he comes up in 2026, the bases are loaded. I mean, you can't make it up. Ortho ASAP walk for Mitchell. And here's Ortiz, who really was so much better over the second half of the season last year at the plate. You look at his overall numbers, 237 home runs, and you think, well, he didn't have the year he had previously at the plate, and that's accurate. But in his last 87 games, he hit 267. With his defense, if he hits 267 for the Brewers, you will take that all day long. And here's an opportunity for him with the bases loaded right out of the gate. Brewers trailing 1-0. Ortiz steps in there. Smith brings home the pitch. Missed down and away with a fastball. It's 1-0. We had a trip to the mound. Brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Catcher challenging the call.
Here's a challenge by Carroll.
He's going to win it.
And he's going to win it. Caught the low outside corner.
Ball's overturned. It is a strike.
So it is a strike. And instead of 1-0, it's 0-1 now on Joey Ortiz. Replays brought to you by Pella. For windows with the strongest resilience, you'll need the Pella experience. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years if you order by July 31st at PellaWI.com. No balls in, 1 strike on Ortiz. Smith brings home the pitch. Breaking ball. Blooped into shallow right. This one has eyes. It's going to get down for a base hit. Just past the outstretched glove of Miserowski. Frelick cuts home, and the Brewers have tied it at 1 on a bloop RBI single by Joey Ortiz. Just a bloop. Miserowski went out there, gave it everything he had, laid out for it, couldn't make the catch. And the Brewers have tied it up. And the bases remain loaded. And Bryce Turang is at the plate. And for the first time this year, everybody on their feet at American Family Field. Brewers fans smell blood. Smith looking in. First offering. Turang took inside, and it's 1-0. Chance for a big inning here for the Brewers. A double back in the first inning for Turang. Smith looks in. And the pitch. The 1-0 miss low with a changeup. 2 balls and no strikes. The Brewers, we're talking about that changeup giving the lefty fits early in the game. They're starting to see it a little better now. And they're starting to eliminate that pitch from Shane Smith. Very friendly count here for Bryce Turang. The 2-0. Turang took a strike on the inside edge. Fastball at 95. And it's 2-1. That was a borderline pitch. Bryce not wanting to use a challenge this early, understandably so. Here's the 2-1. Turang took another strike. Very similar spot. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Bryce will use his timeout and step out of the box. Bases full of Brewers. 1 run in here in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out in the inning. Hamilton's at third. Mitchell can really run at second. Ortiz no slouch at first. Put one in a gap. The Brewers are running for a while. Smith's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Actually, I think got a piece of it. Caro is hunched over in pain. He got a piece of Caro. Did that foul ball. And Turang will stay alive. Ooh, Caro's in a lot of pain. There was a changeup down and away, and Turang just got a piece of it off the end of the bat. And it jumped up and got Caro, and he says he's okay, but Mark Wegner's going to clean the plate and buy him a little bit of time. And I think that got him right where you don't want it to get you. Get a look at the replay here. Yep, that's about as bad as it can get. Oof. When you say it got you flush, yep, for sure. So the count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bryce. Smith working out of the stretch here. Brings home the pitch, and Turang took a called third strike right down the middle. Bryce wasn't so sure, backs out of the box and walks back to the dugout, and that was a very good pitch by Shane Smith. It wasn't right down the middle. It caught the low inside corner, but it was a strike. And Bryce strikes out looking. That's a huge strikeout for Shane Smith. So here's William Contreras with the bases loaded and 2 away. Popped up back in the first inning. Smith brings home the first pitch, and Contreras took down and in with a changeup. It's 1-0. 1-1 ball game. Brewers able to get it tied on a bloop RBI single from Joey Ortiz with the bases loaded here in this second inning, but looking for more. Here's the pitch, and Contreras took a strike on the inside edge with a 2-seam fastball. It's 1-1. Contreras had some big swings in October this past year for the Brewers. It's going to be fun to see him be healthy all season long. Here's the 1-1, and he checked on a pitch that missed away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Catcher's challenging the call.
So Caro will challenge.
He's already won 2 of these.
I mean, it's like he's still in spring training. This one's going to be closer, but I think he might win this one too. Here it comes. Yep. And with each challenge by Edgar Caro, Mark Wegner's tone gets a little bit more distraught. Challenge is brought to you, of course, by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now, the count on Contreras. Smith brings home the pitch way outside. Good backhanded pick by Caro. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think Caro's actually been a little annoyed that he's had to challenge so frequently in the first couple of innings. Almost like he's saying to Mark Wegner, come on.
Shane Smith is up to 51 pitches now. Sean Newcomb's already up in the bullpen, Josh. I mean, the Brewers talk about taking a bite out of the starting pitcher. They're doing that with the 2025 All-Star Shane Smith right here. They'd like to deliver a knockout punch. 2-2 pitch. Contreras fouls it off. First base side now to play. We'll do it again at 2-2. Yeah, I would say the misses by Wagner haven't been terribly egregious, especially that last one. That was a close pitch.
Right.
Two and 2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball past the glove of the third baseman, Vargas. It's going to roll into the corner in left field. Hamilton is in. Mitchell's in. Racing around third is Ortiz. He will score. It's a bases-clearing double for Contreras in the bottom of the second inning. And the Brewers have taken a 4-1 lead. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining, and Shane Smith's day is over. The Brewers have delivered that knockout punch they were looking for here in the second inning, and Will Venable is out there to take the baseball from Shane Smith. Pitching changes brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. Sometimes you need a change, and the White Sox need one in a bad way. Here in this second inning, for even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com. Well, a good inning put together for the Crew. They lead it 4-1 and still going here in the bottom of the second inning on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Most things people do could be done more safely. Sometimes it's common sense. Sometimes it's innovating a better way. But it's always about minimizing risk. For this purpose, West Bend is willing to come check out your business and help minimize your risks. It's precisely because of thinking like this that West Bend has been keeping businesses and employees safe for over 125 years. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com. West Bend, the worst brings out our best.
For every mile of highway, every bridge connecting our communities, the skilled union laborers of Liuna, Wisconsin are on the job. They're building and maintaining the infrastructure our Wisconsin residents, industries, and economy depend on every day. So when you see construction signs, orange barrels, and flashing lights, please slow down. Those work zones protect Liuna's skilled men and women. Strong roads, strong bridges, stronger Wisconsin. Liuna. Feel the power.
You asked and carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your carbless, and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
Shane Smith's been knocked out of this game in the second inning, and so left-hander Sean Newcomb takes over on the mound for the White Sox. Christian Yelich steps to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second. It is a 4-1 Brewers lead. They have struck for 4 runs here in this second inning. Newcomb's first offering to Yelich is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Well, what an inning the Brewers have put together. This is such a Brewers inning. It's like a continuation of last year. The 0-1. Yelich, a chopper to third. Vargas charging it, plays it on the forehand, throws a cross in time to take care of Yelich, and the inning is over. 4-1. The Brewers lead it as we head to the third on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
Yeah, Debbie, this is Dan. South of K, there's a car fire in the southbound lane, closing off 3 lanes.
Call me, Debbie Lazaga, on the WTMJ traffic tip line, 414-238-9329.
Hey, Debbie, just calling in. There's 2 separate accidents, 94 westbound.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it?
There was an accident. There's already 4 cops there and an ambulance.
Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Grab the dial smile and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Brewers, we head to the third inning, and stepping in with the play-by-play, here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. Luis Angel Acuna, newcomer to the White Sox, will greet Jacob Miserowski in the visitors' third. Out of the windup, pitches in their first strike, 98 miles an hour with the fastball from Miz. Exciting first 2 innings of the 2026 season in the books. Brewers with a 4-run bottom of the second. Acuna's first at bat as a White Sox, and he'll take just outside 1-1. The very first batter of the game, Chase Meidroth, took Miserowski way out to left field on a 3-2 pitch. But Miz has settled in, and he has struck out 5 over the first 2 innings. Now the 1-1. Acuna takes outside, and it's 2-1. This is the younger brother of the Atlanta Braves superstar Ronald Acuna, Luis Angel. Came back from the Mets for Luis Robert during the offseason. Right-handed diminutive batter waits. The 2-1. Broken bat flare on the infield. Shortstop Ortiz, second baseman Turang. They each converge behind second base. Bryce says, I'll take it. And Bryce catches it. And then Joey Ortiz says, I wanted to catch it. And Bryce says, too bad.
You did a lot of lip reading there.
I think it was sort of like that.
You've gotten good at that. I knew you were working on stuff during the offseason.
Yep. Got to add something into your toolkit every year. 1 out. Here comes Meidroth. The home run hitter bluffs a bunt, pulls back, takes the ball.
Man, I got some tapes that I needed to take a look at for me.
I think I was more paraphrased. Meidroth. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, and it's 2-0. The home run that he hit, it was a no doubt about it shot, and boy did he celebrate it. Turned around and yelled at his dugout as if the White Sox had just won a playoff game. 4-1 Brewers now in the third. Miserowski's 2-0. Meidroth took it down the middle. 97 first strike. Third inning is brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going across town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way, like 3 cents off every gallon every day. Start with Citgo, you're good to go. The 2-1. Meidroth took it high, and it's 3-1. Well, Miserowski is up over 50 pitches thrown. A lot of that is because of the deep counts. The White Sox have had only 2 base runners. Meidroth, who hit the home run, and then Munetaka Murakami walked. There have only been 2 balls hit to a defender. First time through the order. 1 out, 3-1 pitch. Up and in, he walked him. So Meidroth is aboard. It's the second free pass that has been issued by Jacob Miserowski. And that'll bring to the plate Colson Montgomery. Talked to Miz in our pregame show today, and he said that he was sure that adrenaline was going to play into this start, perhaps even more so than a normal regular season outing would, just because of the fact that it's opening day and the big crowd is here. There's all the buildup that goes along with game number 1. Pitch coming to Montgomery is high, and it's 1-0. Look, game 1 counts the exact same in the standings as the other 161 that will play, but it does have a different feel, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And I know we always talk about how it's one of 162. I think we're trying to talk ourselves into it, too.
1-0 pitch Montgomery took up and away. Missed to the arm side, 2-0.
We don't remember a ton about it unless there's like a memorable walk-off or something at the end, 2 months later. You remember if you won or you lost, but that's kind of it. But in the moment, it always feels big. And it does seem important to get off to a good start. Not that it's a requirement. We can point to last year as an example of why it's not necessarily a requirement. But I think the thing about Miz, Josh, that the Brewers learned last year, here's this kid, he's got this big-time stuff, and he's got all this energy on the mound. And sometimes you would try to bridle that a little bit with a young player. And I think the Brewers figured out, let's just let Miz be Miz. He kind of feeds off it. So opening day might be the best place for him to be, because it seems like the bigger the stage, the more he just soaks it all in and uses it as his own kind of power.
Well, the reason there hasn't been another pitch, Chris Hook saw something and went out and talked to him. That was a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee, nothing short of a sports fan's dream, with over 95 sports betting kiosks, elite dining, a first-class bar, wall-to-wall screens, and a massive video wall. Become a legend. Now we're ready for the 2-0. And he pumped in a strike with a fastball to Colson Montgomery. There's a runner at first and 1 out. That's Chase Mydroth being held on by Vaughn. Brewers lead opening day 4-1 in the third. Colson Montgomery struck out back in the first inning. Miserowski from the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Another strike. Another fastball taken, and it's 2-2. One thing about Chris Hook, he is so good at noticing anything mechanical that gets a little bit of miss. In the middle of an inning, he'll come out and talk to his pitcher, and they seem to be able to rectify it almost immediately.
There's not a game that goes by where we don't gush about what Chris Hook means to this organization and how big of a part of this success he's had, but I still don't think we do it enough.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball, and he struck him out. So Hookie comes out after a walk and a 2-0 count, and then it's good morning, good afternoon, good night, Colson Montgomery. That is the 6th Ortho ASAP strikeout for Jacob Miserowski. Don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want at Ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. And now Miguel Vargas. The pitch coming. Swing and a miss. After the mound visit, Lane, 4 pitches, 4 strikes.
Yeah, and Chris Hook would say, no, that's Jacob Miserowski doing that, and he would be correct, but you got to give him some credit for it, right?
I am.
It's not just coincidence. It's just not. Yeah.
Vargas took a called third strike in the first. Power hitting third baseman. Mydroth at first in the 0-1. Outside corner, the 5th straight strike. Fastball caught the edge. It's 0-2. You were talking about the emotion that Jacob works with. Think back to some of the reactions that he had during those playoff games against the Cubs in this ballpark. He was the winning pitcher in 2 of the 3 victories the Brewers had in that divisional series, including the decisive Game 5. And it felt like every time he got a big out, he was jumping and dancing off the mound. I'll never forget it. 0-2. Pitch coming. High. And so it's ball 1.
Game 5 of that NLDS is one of those nights that we're going to talk about many times over the course of this year, and honestly many times over the course of the rest of our lives. That was just such a great, satisfying night. So much was on the line, and to come through like that was so fun to watch.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball tied up Vargas. 96 on the radar gun, and after the mound visit from his pitching coach, back-to-back Ortho ASAP strikeouts for Miserowski. He has fanned 7 in 3 terrific innings. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 4-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWspinecenter.com. That's OAWspinecenter.com.
For over 40 years, the Boucher Automotive Group is proud to have served Wisconsin with dedication and heart, one customer at a time. But we knew we could do even more.
In the last 5 years, we've expanded across the state, adding new locations, new brands, and new ways to better serve you.
At Boucher, growth isn't always about being bigger. It's about being better. Better selection, better service, better experiences.
Where you're going matters, and Boucher is driven to get you there. The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Tri-City is proud to sponsor the third inning. At our hometown bank, you're on the team that's winning. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
White Sox had to go into their bullpen in the second inning of this season opener. Sean Newcomb continues on the mound. 4-1 Brewers, and the lefty throws strike one to Andrew Vaughn. It'll be Vaughn, Bowers, and Frelick, 4, 5, and 6 in the Brewers order coming up. Now the 0-1. Vaughn took it outside. These are the kind of pitchers that Vaughn has eaten alive since he came to Milwaukee, these lefties. Newcomb did get a ground out of Yelich to finally extinguish that second inning. The 1-1 pitch hit on the ground to short. Stays low for Colson Montgomery, who's got it cleanly. Throw is a little wide into the runner, but caught anyway by Murakami in time for the out. Vaughn is grounded out to the shortstop twice. Here comes Jake Bowers. Coming to a Brewers home game, Potawatomi Sportsbook will get you here. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on a shuttle. Shuttle pickups and drop-offs will be in the annex next to Potawatomi Sportsbook. Shuttles begin departing Potawatomi 1 hour before game time. Bowers grounds it foul up the first baseline. Return shuttles begin top of the 7th inning and run nonstop until 1 hour after the game. You can visit Potawatomi.com for more. The 0-1 to Bowers, taken for a strike. A 94-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball from the veteran Sean Newcomb. Don't think that he was planning to come into the game in the second inning today, but here we are. The Brewers knocked out Shane Smith. 0-2 pitch, swinging a foul tip, but held on to by the catcher Edgar Caro, and he struck out Jake on 3 pitches. 2 very quick outs for Newcomb, a guy that can give you some length. And Sal Frelick, who began that 4-run rally last inning when he took ball 4, is going to come up to the plate for the second time. First pitch, hit foul back into the screen. Newcomb just coming right after these Brewers hitters. Got to be disappointing for the Brewer former farmhand Shane Smith to have this kind of outing against his former club on opening day. The pitch missed up and in, 1-1. He threw just 54 pitches to get 5 outs. 3 of the 4 runs against Smith were earned. 2 out, the 1-1. Sal swings through the fastball, and it's 1-2. Newcomb looking sharp. Well, we're packed to the gills. 40,000 plus on opening day. 1-2 pitch. Frelick swings, grounds it right back to Newcomb. Fields it on top of the hill. And he lobs the toss over to first in time to get Sal. That's very quick. 1-2-3, bottom of the 3rd inning for Sean Newcomb. We go to the 4th, more Miz. 4-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
In baseball, players spend time in the minors before making it. That's not the case with union construction trades like the operating engineers. As a union apprentice, you earn good money while you learn a trade. And graduates from union apprenticeship programs earn 41% more than their non-union counterparts. They even earn more than a typical worker with a master's degree. So if you are ready to earn big league bucks, go to join139.com to learn more.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Hershey's. Just stop into your neighborhood Quick Trip. Purchase any king-size Hershey's product with Quick Rewards for your chance to win cash. Choose from a Hershey's bar, Reese's, Kit Kat, or Reese's Oreo. Win big this Brewers season with Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Quick Trip and Hershey's, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
What if a customer slips and falls on your property? What if sparks from an employee's grinder cause a house fire on your job site? Unexpected things happen every day, but you can make sure your business doesn't get hurt with a carefully crafted general liability policy from West Bend. Be sure your independent agent understands your business, because at West Bend, the worst brings out our best. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
Brewers baseball is better from the best seat in the house, yours. Find it at Steinhafels, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Shop in store and online at steinhafels.com.
Miz back to work. 4-1, he leads. It's the fourth inning. Andrew Benintendi, Austin Hayes, and Munetaka Murakami coming up for the White Sox. Benintendi struck out back in the first inning, and he is the cleanup batter for Chicago. 63 pitches in 3 innings for Jacob Miserowski, and he throws a fastball right on by Benintendi. Swinging strike one, 97. On the radar gun, we saw several triple-digit radar gun readings back in that first inning, when the adrenaline is the highest. Miz has been terrific. The 0-1 pitch, fouled in and out of Contreras' mid. Doesn't matter, it was strike two regardless. Network Health salutes all of our nation's veterans. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more, networkhealth.com/veterans. Brewers just honored their hero of the game on the dugout. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Andrew Benintendi. 3 pitches, take a seat. 97 miles an hour. He chased that one up and away, and that is 8 Ortho ASAP strikeouts for the Miz.
He's pitching now, Josh. You know, it's more than just throwing it by guys. I mean, 97 is still pretty good, but he is in these hitters' heads, it feels like.
Austin Hayes takes a called strike. By the way, the hero of the game that got a standing ovation from 40,000 plus here, Dan Hurley, Operation Enduring Freedom. Hero of the game presented by Vortex. Hayes grounded to third his first time he hit the ball. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Slider that time, it's 0-2. And I point out that he hit the ball because Lane,
it's the only time. Well, 1 of 2.
3 players have put a ball in play. One was a homer.
There's been 2 outs recorded on balls put in play. The rest been strikeouts.
This guy was one of them. He grounded to third base. Acuna popped out to second. 1 out in the 4th inning. Miserowski set right at the belt, kicks. 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball past the mound. Diving attempt by Terang, but it hits off of his backhanded glove in shallow center field. It'll be a base hit. Bryce, you're just so used to seeing him make spectacular plays, you almost kind of expect it. That would have been highway robbery, though, and so Austin Hayes has a 1-out single. Four to 1 Milwaukee, and Munetaka Murakami coming up for the second time batting in a major league ballgame. 8 years. The Japanese major leagues for Munetaka, and he was one of their great home run hitters. Last year, in an injury-plagued season in Japan, he hit 24 homers in 69 games. And then he said, I'm going to try my hand in America. Signed with the White Sox. That surprised many. Now the pitch. Chopped foul into the dirt. It's 0-1. You know, the White Sox lane went out and spent some money this offseason.
Yeah, they really did.
They spent almost $95 million this offseason in contracts.
And they're just a different roster when you look at them. I mean, they have this young group that came up last year that they're excited about, but they sprinkled in the Sir Anthony Dominguez's of the world, right? They have some veterans now, too.
Mm-hmm. Like Austin Hayes, who's at first base. 0-1, swing and a miss, another elevated fastball. These guys just can't catch up to it. It's 0-2. Don't see a lot of elevated heat like that in Japan. Murakami is a left-handed hitter with that thump. Getting $34 million for a 2-year deal. The 0-2 is outside, ball 1. This is the first time in 5 years the Brewers have opened a season right here. And it is fun to do it at home. 4-1 Milwaukee in the 4th. Miserowski from the belt. The 1-2 high, and it's 2-2. 98 on the gun. This is my 5th year sitting next to you, Lane, so this is the first time that the Brewers have had a home opener be the season opener for me.
How about that? Yeah, my first couple of years, it felt like the Brewers just always opened at home.
Last time was 2021. Before today, 2-2 pitch outside. It was a close one, 99 on the fastball, but it was off the corner. So from 0-2, it's 3-2 on Murakami.
I prefer it. I like to open at home. One, you get home for a couple of days, and you can kind of get your feet underneath of you before the season starts, which is nice on a personal level. But I like the fans being able to take part in game one.
Runner holds, 3-2 pitches down and in, and he walked him. Threw a curveball, so it was 0-2, and then he missed with 4 straight and walks Murakami for a second time. So up to second goes Hayes. Murakami at first with 1 out, and the tying run will come to the plate, and Everson Pereira. There's some bullpen action getting loose. Aaron Ashby grabs a baseball out there in left center field. That is the 3rd walk by Miserowski. That one probably will frustrate him the most of any, though, because, again, he was ahead 0-2, and he seemed to have Murakami dominated. Pitch to Pereira, swing and a miss. Curveball that bounced in the dirt. It's 0-1. It is kind of interesting to do this opening homestand against American League teams. The Brewers will host the White Sox and then Tampa Bay. 6-game stand beginning today. The 0-1. Pereira tips foul into Contreras' mitt. High fastball, and it's 0-2 again. It is 77 pitches for Jacob Miserowski.
Yeah, Brewers are going to be done with interleague play by mid-April.
It's going to feel that way. 2 on and 1 out. 4-1 Brewers in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch. Pereira, swing and a miss. Curveball biting down and away. Strikeout number 9 for Jacob Miserowski is out number 2 in the 4th. This could be his final inning. Take a look at that pitch count approaching 80. You know, they'd love to get him into a 5th, but we'll see. First, you got to think about getting out this catcher, Edgar Caro. Struck him out 2 innings ago. Trying to strand a couple of base runners is Jacob Miserowski. He comes set, throws home. Swing and a miss. High hard one again, and it's 0-1.
9 strikeouts, a franchise record on opening day. And he's done it in the 4th inning.
Add it to the list of Jacob Miserowski plaudits. The 0-1. High and away that time. 98 again. He's been living around 97, 98 on that radar gun here in the 4th inning. Caro, the young catcher, representing the tying run in the batter's box. Runners on at first and second. Miserowski's 1-1. Curveball down and away, and it's 2-1. Just talking about the interleague that's coming up for the Brewers. Their first 4 series will be against American League teams. Extrapolated a little further out, 6 out of the first 8. Almost all of April. Oh, we got a pitch timer violation. I think it's on the batter.
It is. Well, that's a good way to get a second strike on him if you're Jacob Miserowski.
Yeah.
Saves you a triple-digit fastball you didn't have to throw.
So now it is 2-2. It was a 2-1 count. Caro was not attentive in time. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew him away. And a strikeout. 3 strikeouts in the fourth. And a 10-strikeout opening day performance for the Miz at American Family Field. Benintendi, Pereira, Caro, all swinging. And that strands a couple of men on base. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. Ortho ASAP, all of those, by the way. It's 4-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale is crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Blue Moon Light is a wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for exceptional taste at only 95 calories. And Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic is everything you love about Blue Moon without the alcohol. Check your local stores for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The chips that you like are not on sale this week, so we're going to have to skip those. Sorry, bud.
Aww. Hi, we're at Woodman's. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. At Woodman's, you don't need a flyer to find hot deals. With our everyday low prices and huge selection, you can find anything you're looking for. And still save big time on your whole grocery bill.
So I can get the groceries I want and save money? Looks like your chips are back on the list.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
It's Woodman's. Order today and get 0% interest until 2032 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2032. Visit PellaWI.com.
David Hamilton to begin the bottom of the fourth. Brewers lead the White Sox 4-1, and he bluffs a bunt, pulls back, and takes ball low and away from the left-hander Sean Newcomb. It'll be Hamilton, Mitchell, and Ortiz. The bottom third of Pat Murphy's order due up. There comes the pitch. He goes around to bunt again. That time he does try it, but he bunts a foul right in the box. 1-1. Not a bad idea when you're a left-handed hitter like David Hamilton and you're facing a tough left-handed pitcher like Sean Newcomb, who has come in behind Shane Smith and retired the first 4 batters he's faced. Hamilton reached on catcher's interference. Swings and fouls it into the screen, 1-2. That was a big part of that 4-run second inning, remember. Sal Frelick was off trying to steal second base on a pitch to Hamilton. Hamilton swung at the pitch and made contact with the catcher's glove. The 1-2. Fisted foul back into the screen again. Let's drive around the league, shall we? Presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together on opening day throughout Major League Baseball. First the 1-2 upstairs on a breaking ball. It has been a wild start to the first game of the day at Citi Field. The Pirates and the Mets. It's now 9-4 New York. That game has gone into the 6th inning. Freddie Peralta did not have a very good debut for the Mets. 2-2 pitch. Hamilton grounds it back past the mound. It hits the second base bag. It deflects right into the glove of the second baseman, Mydroth, but his throw to first is late, and Hamilton has one of the crazier infield singles you'll ever see. It went past the pitcher's mound. It bounded directly off of second base, and like they were playing pinball, it bounded right to the second baseman, who almost threw Hamilton out at first.
They say you might see something you've never seen before every time you come to the ballpark. Well, that would qualify. Even Hamilton was watching the replay giggling.
Garrett Mitchell takes a called strike from Newcomb. If he had been out there, and by the way, most base runners would have been out. But David Hamilton is just so speedy. That's why he beat it. If the White Sox had gotten an out on that, you would have been seeing that highlight everywhere. 0-1 to Mitchell. Just a little bit outside, 1-1.
David Hamilton's one of maybe 5 guys that beat that out in all of baseball. Like, that's how fast he is.
And it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing he was running full speed. So Hamilton aboard for the second time. He'll draw a pickoff throw from Newcomb and get back in safely standing. There's nobody out. Mitchell walked and scored in the second. Anyway, so Freddie Peralta for the Mets gave up 4 runs in 5 innings, but he's in line for the win because of what the Mets did against Paul Skeens. 1-1 pitch, a bunt by Mitchell and a good one up to the third baseman. Vargas has only 1 play. That'll be at first. And he gets it there in time to retire Garrett, but a sacrifice successful. It'll go 5-3 and into scoring position. Advances Hamilton on out number 1. Nice bunt. Then Joey Ortiz comes up with a runner in scoring position. Paul Skeens did not get through the first inning today at Citi Field. The Mets scored 5 runs against him and knocked him out of the game after throwing 37 pitches in that first. Tobias Myers has come in to replace Freddie Peralta in the 6th. It is 9-4 the Mets. That's a crazy one. Tough start for the Cubs today. Pitch coming to Joey. Paints the outside corner with a fastball. Does Newcomb. It's a 7-2 Washington Nationals lead at Wrigley.
Wow.
Matthew Boyd made the opening day start for Craig Counsell and gave up 6 runs in 3 2/3 innings. And Joey Wiemer hit a homer for the Nats. Breaking ball first strike. It's 0-2.
How about that?
Ben Brown has replaced Matthew Boyd. Bottom of the 4th, 7-2 Nationals. Here it is 4-1 Brewers. Ortiz had an RBI hit his first time. And he fouls off the 0-2 pitch to stay alive.
Joey Wiemer made his debut at Wrigley Field back in the day.
Wow. Now a member of the Nats. 0-2 pitch again. Fouled off again by Ortiz. His hit drove in the first run of the season for the Brewers. A little blooper with the bases loaded 2 innings ago. That was against Shane Smith. About to get underway in just about a half an hour at Busch Stadium. It'll be the Rays and the Cardinals. Pickoff in behind Hamilton at second base. Not nearly in time as the second baseman Miserowski snuck in to take the throw from Newcomb. Drew Rasmussen and Matthew Liberatore starting pitching matchup for the Redbirds and the Rays. We'll see Tampa coming up the back end. Runner goes for third. 1-2. As the pitch misses outside, there's no throw. It was a running jump by David Hamilton, and Caro didn't even attempt it, and it's a steal to get the runner to third with only 1 out.
David Hamilton, might as well call him Billy Hamilton. I mean, it's similar.
And now the infield has to come all the way up. 1-2 on Ortiz. Stolen base brought to you by Delta Dental. The pitch is fouled off. First of the year for the Brewers. For your fellow fanatics, personal cheerleaders, and #1 fans, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision.
Such a huge deal to steal third there. I mean, it just changes this entire at bat, brings the infield in, as you said, Josh. What a weapon for the Brewers.
1 out, the 1-2. Line drive, right field. Ortiz, base hit. He smoked it the opposite way. In from third comes Hamilton. The Brewers lead at 5-1 in the 4th inning. Joey Ortiz is 2 for 2 with 2 run-scoring singles. Well, the first one, Lane, was a little blooper that found a good spot. That was anything but.
104 off the bat, going the other way for Joey Ortiz. Just a great approach, good swing. He's going to have such an improved year.
Now here's a ground ball to Rang to second base. They flip to second, safe there, but the throw to first from Montgomery is in time to get to Rang. Joey Ortiz is ruled to have beaten the flip from Miserowski. And he was in motion on the pitch. And so that's the biggest reason that he was able to stay out of that double play. It'll be a rare 4-6-3 ground out where only 1 out was recorded. White Sox are thinking about challenging the call at second base, but they won't do it. We get a look at the replay in our booth, and yeah, he was safe. So runner at second, 2 out. They'll intentionally walk William Contreras here, and the lefty Newcomb will get to face Christian Yelich. That'll put runners on at first and second with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. One other game, by the way, in the Central Division on opening day. It's the Red Sox at the Reds. It's also about a half hour from getting started. Great American. And how about the lefty pitching matchup between Garrett Crochet and Andrew Abbott? Pitch to Yelich, his breaking ball for a strike. You get a lot of fun pitching matchups on opening day throughout baseball. And it's a really good one there. Crochet and Abbott, Red Sox and Reds. The 1 pitch, swing and a miss. Fooled him on that breaking ball that bounced in the right-handed box. 0-2 on Yelly. So now Ortiz is at second base and Contreras is at first. A run is in. Yelich has grounded out twice. The 0-2 taken high with a fastball there from Newcomb, who has come out of the bullpen. Has already recorded 6 outs. There is activity in the Chicago bullpen. If they need help, it's Jordan Hicks, the hard-throwing right-hander. 1-2 to Yelich. Breaking ball hammered into center field. In comes Acuna. Can't get it. Has to play it on a hop. Scoring from second, Ortiz. On his way to third, and out is Contreras, but the run counts. Just crossing the plate was Ortiz before William was tagged out at third by Vargas. And it's an RBI single for Christian Yelich to make it a 2-run inning. And a 6-1 Brewers lead on opening day through 4. Good thing that Joey was hustling home. Contreras cut down on the base paths. I believe that's going to go 8-6-5. And Miz is going back to the hill as we go to the 5th. 6-1 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
High-tech data centers are critical to unlocking the power of technology to grow our economy, improve our healthcare, and transform education. And Wisconsin is quickly becoming a data center hub, which is great news for our state's skilled workers. Each data center creates about 1,800 construction jobs and then hundreds of high-paying jobs to operate it. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now supports bringing data centers online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
Nothing heats up a crisp spring morning like a grill full of Usinger sausage. The aroma of the perfectly spiced Usinger bratwurst heating up on the grill means the boys are back. Hi, this is Robin Yount. I used to love driving into the ballpark through the light haze of cooking bratwurst. The players and the coaches may change, but the delicious taste of a Usinger brat hot off the grill, that stays with you. Enjoy the season and enjoy the seasoning of Usingers. It's just not summer without them.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. That's because their team is always there to protect your dreams.
Carbless is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local grocery store. Carbless, less is more. 6-1 Brewers. Having fun on opening day as we go to the 5th, and with 10 strikeouts, Lane Grindle, Jacob Miserowski is back to work.
Back out there, already a franchise record on opening day for strikeouts for the Miz. And the first pitch to Luis Angel Acuna misses a little bit low with his slider, and it's 1-0. It has been electric in here over the course of this afternoon. The 1-0 pitch from Miserowski is a chopper to third. Charging is Hamilton. Bare hands, throws off balance. The first in time. And retires the speed merchant in Acuna for the first out of the inning. What a play by David Hamilton. We've raved about his speed. The Brewers have raved all spring training long about his defense as well. And he just put it on display right there. Back to the top of the order. Miserowski to face Meidroth for a third time today. He's not retired him yet. First pitch is a curveball that misses low and away. It's 1-0. Meidroth homered against him in the top of the first. Walked in the third inning against Miserowski. Miz looks in, and the 1-0 pitch. Missed a little high with a fastball at 98. And it goes to 2 balls and no strikes. He is at 85 pitches. Aaron Ashby is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Very much getting towards the end of his day, one would imagine. The 2-0 pitch. He is right through there for a strike, and it's 2-1. I think the question is, if he gets Meidroth, do you let him try to finish and make it a clean 5 innings? 2-1. That's a little high. 3 balls and 1 strike. You're right in that area now if you're Pat Murphy, where you're considering all options with Jacob Miserowski, but he has pitched beautifully here this afternoon. No denying that. The 3-1. That's right through there for a strike, and the count is full. It's 3-2. Time for a vibe check. I would say the vibes are really good. Cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Meidroth. Miserowski, the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blew a fastball by him at 99 for his 11th strikeout of the afternoon. Ortho ASAP strikeout for Miserowski. And here's Colson Montgomery. And it will be Miz to face him. 90 pitches. What a performance by the Miz here today. First pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. What a dandy. It's 0-1. That was a knee-buckling curveball.
Good luck.
Montgomery has struck out twice against Miserowski over the course of this game already. 0 for 2. The 0-1. Missed up and away with a fastball at 99. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, this has been a display by the Miz. Last time he was on the mound in a game that counted was Game 3 of the NLCS at Dodger Stadium. 1-1, swing and a miss. Blew a fastball by him at 99. It's 1-2. And he was so impressive on that day. And he is picked right up where he left off. And he has dominated this White Sox lineup. And everybody's sensing it's the end of the line for Miserowski. Could be the last batter he faces, starting to put their hands together to encourage him to get this final out. 1-2 on Montgomery. Here's the pitch. A pop-up behind home plate. Contreras sheds the mask, locates it, finds it, makes the catch, and Miserowski, through 5 brilliant innings here this afternoon at American Family Field, gives up just the 1 run, strikes out 11, a franchise record on opening day. 6-1 Crew as we go to the bottom of the 5th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
From the post-game to the morning show, there's no rest for baseball for Dominic Cotroneo, our Brewers 360 guest every Monday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I mean, the marathon can begin now, right? We're ready. Spring training, everyone's here. I've got a fresh tan, and we're ready to start the real season in the cold.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Cannon and Dumphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
What if a customer slips and falls on your property? What if sparks from an employee's grinder cause a house fire on your job site? Unexpected things happen every day. But you can make sure your business doesn't get hurt with a carefully crafted general liability policy from West Bend. Be sure your independent agent understands your business. Because at West Bend, the worst brings out our best. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
Baseball's back. Don't watch from the couch upstairs. Upgrade your basement with Matrix Basement, Midwest's #1 basement finishing company. Visit matrixbasements.com for your free estimate.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, a 6-1 Brewers lead. Tyler Gilbert, the left-hander, the 32-year-old, takes over on the mound for the White Sox. Former Diamondback. He was a Philly briefly in 24 and last year with the White Sox. Andrew Vaughn to lead things off, and Vaughn checks on a pitch down low, but they'll appeal to first, and he went around, says Bruce Streckman, and it's 0-1. Gilbert last year, 46 appearances for the White Sox. The pitch, that one bounced in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Had a 3.88 ERA. Did make 5 starts for the White Sox over 51 innings last year in the big leagues. 1-1 pitch to Vaughn is down and away with a 2-seam fastball. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Vaughn has grounded out to short both times up today against his former club. 2-1 pitch. That one's chopped foul over near the White Sox on deck circle. 2-2. Springtime in Wisconsin. Sun is shining, grass growing, and of course the boys are back in town. And your favorite food is back as well to go right along with it. The Usinger Brat. Here's the 2-2 to Vaughn. Chopper right back to Gilbert. Finds it on the mound. An underhand flip to first takes care of Vaughn, and he's 0 for 3 today. There's 1 away in the 5th for Jake Bowers. Yeah, nothing screams spring like a grill full of Usinger brats, franks, and other great sausages, of course. Usinger's has been making America's finest sausage right here in Milwaukee since 1880. And man, the parking lots were full of Usinger's out there today. You could smell it. First pitch to Jake Bowers is a chopper foul over near the Brewers dugout. First base side. It's 0-1. Bowers a couple of strikeouts today. What a spring he put together. He was as good of a hitter as anybody in the Cactus League this spring. Trying to carry that momentum over into the regular season. 0-1. Bowers, hard hit ground ball through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Put that ball on the ground and hit it very hard. 105 off the bat of Bowers. He is aboard with 1 out now for Sal Frelick. Brewers with a 7-hit attack so far this afternoon. This looks like the Brewers offense we saw so often during those summer months last year when the Brewers were playing their best baseball, Josh. First offering to Frelick is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore. A 2-run shot, and the Brewers lead it 8-1. "12 home runs a season ago for Sal. He's got one on opening day in 2026. 2-seam fastball down and in, and he just went down and golfed that ball out of here. 8-1 Crew on opening day. Here's David Hamilton. Takes a sweeper down and away. It's 1-0. Every home run is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Get back to taking big swings on the course quarter field with a visit to Ortho ASAP. Hamilton takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Get expert care today at orthowisconsin.com. 1-1 pitch. This is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, this feels a little different than the opening of the season last year, Dave.
Oh, that's true. You know, you were just talking about how this felt like the midsummer months. The way the lineup just was death against the opposing pitchers.
2-1. Hamilton takes outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
It was the woodpecker mentality, right?
Yeah.
The woodpeckers are back. I was just about to say before Sal swung. Yeah, and it's been that way because, again, no homers.
Right.
And then that changed.
You keep pecking away. Eventually there is a home run in there somewhere. 3-1. Hamilton takes a little low. And Hamilton will work the walk, and he is aboard with 1 out. And again, just wearing out the pitchers, taking pitches, fouling pitches off, running up the pitch count. Pesky, sure, but they're also pretty elite. I think we have this tendency to talk about the Brewers being this scrappy bunch, and they play that way, but they play that way and they're uber talented. Don't forget that part of it. Here's Garrett Mitchell, and Mitchell checks on a sweeper that missed away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ortho ASAP walk to David Hamilton. That's a bad recipe when you put Hamilton on board. Toss to first, and back in time is Hamilton.
And they've done that 3 times.
Yeah. The catcher's interference. Then that base hit, which was one of the most unique base hits you'll ever see in your life. And now the walk. The 1-0 to Mitchell. And a fly ball out to the left. This is going to push back Hayes a few steps, but he's there to make the catch. And that's the second out of the inning for Joey Ortiz. Now, when you looked at the season this year, you show up at spring training, you're looking at the lineup, and the Brewers didn't have a lot of mystery. There are a few position battles, but for the most part, you understood what the core was and who was going to play where. And the one guy that I just had confidence in was going to get off to a better start and be a better player at the plate than he was a year ago was this guy right here. First pitch to Ortiz. It's in there for a strike. It's 0-1. We saw it in 24, of course. We saw a better version of himself in the second half of last season. And it is 2 at-bats into his 2026, but so far so good. The 0-1. And a pop-up foul back into the net. No balls and 2 strikes on Ortiz. Pat Murphy talked a lot last year about conviction with Joey Ortiz. You know, ball strike. Getting aggressive in the right counts with the right pitches. Gilbert brings home the 0-2 pitch, and here's a fly ball out to center. Acuna's back on it at the warning track with a play. Reaches up and makes the catch. And the inning is over. Brewers, they'll get 2 more on the 2-run blast from Sal Frelick, his first of the year. And the Brewers' first home run of 2026. It's 8-1 Crew as we head to the 6th inning on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin weather doesn't wait, and neither should you. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we make upgrading your home simple. Right now, order today and get 0% interest until 2032. You heard me right. 0% interest all the way until 2032. Upgrade your windows and doors now and pay over time without paying interest. With our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your investment. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2026.
As a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Steinhoffels knows teamwork makes all the difference, especially at home. That's why Steinhoffels offers decorating solutions, its in-house design service. From simple recommendations to full room layouts and floor plans, their designers handle the details so you don't have to. From first idea to final touch, Steinhoffels has you covered. Steinhoffels, born and bred in Milwaukee, just like the Brewers. Shop in store and online at steinhoffels.com.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. This spring, kids cheer free at Brewers games. For 3 select game days in March and April, grab an adult terrace ticket and get a free kids ticket too. Kids cheer free tickets are for children 14 and under. Grab yours today at brewers.com/Family Sundays. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Need trusted assisted living resources in Wisconsin? Go to whereyouLiveMatters.org for free, unbiased information and direct connections.
It is 8-1 Brewers as we head to the 6th inning. Jacob Miserowski's day is done. Aaron Ashby takes over on the mound. And before we continue, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here this afternoon. The Brewers enjoying an 8-1 victory. Ashby takes over on the mound. Miguel Vargas is the batter, and the first pitch from Ashby is right through there for strike one. Miserowski goes 5 innings, 2 hits, the 1 run, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts today. A franchise record for strikeouts on opening day. Curveball missed down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Previous record, by the way, was 8. Freddie Peralta and Ben Sheets. And when Ben Sheets set that record, it was the day before Jacob Miserowski was born. Pitch to Vargas is in there for a strike on a curveball, and it's 1-2. Brewers offense has been very active throughout this game so far. 1-2 pitch is rolled foul into the White Sox dugout. Stings at 1-2. This is a White Sox team that I think many believe will take another step forward in 2026. Just 60 wins a year ago, but that was a big improvement over 2024. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball at 97 right at the top of the zone. Another ortho ASAP strikeout. The 12th of the day for the Brewers pitching staff. First one for Ashby. 1 away, and here's Andrew. It'll be Lenine Sosa who's going to pinch hit for Andrew Benintendi. Sosa, a guy with a little bit of power. How about the bright green shoes that Lenine Sosa, and the bright green batting gloves and wristbands? That would be a really good look on St. Patrick's Day. It's not that emerald green. Here's a ground ball. A couple of hops out to Vaughn. He's got it. Runs to the bag himself. Green does not mean go for Sosa in that at bat. He's retired, and there's 2 quick outs for Ashby here in the 6th.
Meant go right back to the dugout.
So here's Austin Hayes. Hayes has one of the 2 hits today for the White Sox, an infield single back in the 4th. Brewers trailed 1-0 in this game. They've scored the last 8 runs. Pitch missed inside, 1 ball and no strikes. It's an 8-0 run for the Brewers on a day when March Madness continues. 1 ball and no strikes on Hayes. Ashby's pitch. Breaking ball. Clipped the outside corner. Man, it's a good curveball from Aaron Ashby. It's 1-1. Now, this has been a game where the hometown partisans can really enjoy themselves. The 1-1 pitch. Missed outside with a curveball. Tried to get him to chase that one. Hayes wouldn't expand the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. This is going to be the role I think you see Ashby in a lot over the course of this year. He comes in and just kind of bridges that gap to the leverage guys later in the game. 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Be interested to see what Pat Murphy does with his bullpen today. You have an off day tomorrow. Do you want to get those leverage guys in there just to get them into the game and let them get their feet wet? Or do you say, you know what, we're going to call on those guys 70 sometimes this year. If there's a chance to not have to call on them today, we won't do it.
That's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah, today's a unique day in that regard. 2-2 pitch to Hayes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball. Another ortho ASAP strikeout and a 1-2-3 impressive 6th inning from Aaron Ashby. You tired of Miz? Have some fun with that left-handed stuff from Aaron Ashby. 8-1 Brewers as we go to the bottom of the 6th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. Milwaukee police need help finding a missing teenager, 13-year-old Nasir Brown, who was last seen before 1 a.m. Thursday morning near Summers and 9th Street. About 200 Milwaukee Public Schools employees are set to lose their current job at the end of the school year to help close the budget gap. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy, low of 28. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, and chilly, a slight chance of afternoon snow, high of 40. I'm Elizabeth Linton in 620 WTMJ.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
I see it every time there's a big storm. Trucks roll in from out of town. Promises are made to fix damaged homes, and afterward they completely vanish. My dad never ran Loyal Family Renovations like that. We're family-owned and local. Our own in-house crews respond fast, and roofing always comes first. Loyal Family Renovations knows insurance inside and out, and we actually have a dedicated warranty department. We're always there when you need us. Call for a free inspection today. We treat each client like family and each home as if it were our own. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
The Sixth Inning is brought to you by Steam Fitters Local 601, building the systems that power our state and the careers that power our people. Learn more at steam601.org.
It is 8-1 Brewers as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The sixth inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Kurt Scott from Onalaska. Kurt will win a gift card jackpot of $50 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. $100 added to the total for each additional home run this half. Jordan Hicks takes over on the mound for the White Sox. Bryce Terang to lead things off for the crew. Hicks brings home the first pitch, and Terang takes a strike at 97 right down the middle. It's 0-1. Visit any participating Woodman store to enter service and savings. That's Woodman's. Visit WTMJ.com for official contest rules and details. Here's Terang, a ground ball back up the middle into center field, a base hit for Bryce. So Terang with a two-hit day. Double and a single for Terang, and the Brewers do not appear to be done yet here this afternoon. It's been a good day offensively, and the Brewers looking for more. They got speed on the base pass, nobody out. Contreras coming to the plate. William had the big swing back in the second inning, that double down the left field line that cleared the bases. A 3-run double. Hicks' first pitch. He is inside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Changed his hairstyle for the opener, did William.
Yeah, letting a little hair out the back of the helmet.
Yeah, long braids.
Tossed to first, and Terang is back in time. Attendance 43,001. Kent was the one. Sellout, as you can imagine. First of the year. 1-0 pitch, missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Contreras. You could have been the one. Could have been Josh. Could have been me.
We defer to Kent in this booth.
But I think Kent was technically the one. Toss to first. Both disengagements have now been used by Hicks on Terang, so keep an eye on that. Brewers with a 7-run lead, but Bryce, a guy that not afraid to swipe a base. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike on a sinker at 99. It's 2-1.
You know, you and I have seen William for these years, and you see him without his catcher's helmet or the batting helmet on, and you knew he had some hair up there. Did you realize he had hair long enough to braid it like that?
No. The first time I saw him come to the plate, I was like, he's got something attached to his jersey. I didn't know that either. I'm with you. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
2-1. Swung on, and he had a good rip as he fouled it straight back. Sinker at 98. He took a good cut. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Contreras. This guy's going to have a big year. He fought through so much pain last year to put together a really nice season. And some big, big swings late. There goes the runner. 2-2 pitch is outside. Throw to second is going to be in time. Pitch was almost like a pitch out. I don't think it was intentional, but it was a sinker outside at 98, and they had Terang rather easily for Edgar Carroll. Pretty much the perfect pitch to handle for the young catcher. So Terang is caught stealing. Now goes 2-4 as Meidroth was the one to apply the tag. And now a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Contreras. So nobody on and one away now here in the bottom of the sixth. An 8-1 Brewers lead. Hicks brings home the pitch, up and in, and Contreras works the walk. Ortho ASAP, walk right in. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. And now, here's Christian Yelich.
Just looking at the replay on that stolen base attempt, the way that Terang kind of pulled up, it's almost if he thought it was supposed to be a hit and run or something. But I don't think they would have put on a hit and run on a 2-2 pitch.
First offering to Yelich. Slider missed outside. It's 1-0. You know what it looked like? It wasn't the situation, but it looked like if you had a runner at third and you're trying to steal a run. And you're trying to do the double steal, get caught in the rundown. I mean, Bryce knew better than that. That's not what he was trying to do. 1-0 pitch missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch was a perfect pitch for Caro to handle. Yeah. You just don't see Bryce get thrown out like that ever.
Right.
Two balls and no strikes on Yelich. Hicks. The pitch. And Yelich took a strike on a sinker at 98. Right down the middle. 2-1. 1 out, runner at first. An 8-1 Brewers lead as Grant Anderson starts to get loose in the Brewers bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Yelich, fly ball fouling out of play third base side. It's 2-2. Don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. Win, lose, home or away. Visit georgewebb.com for locations and details. 2-2 on Yelich. Hicks brings home the pitch. Yelich nearly gets hit. Spins to the inside and gets out of the way, and the count is full. It's 3-2. Yelich, an RBI single back in the fourth. He's 1 for 3 today. Hicks looks in. 3-2 pitch. Yelich took down an inning, works the walk. So back-to-back ortho ASAP walks issued by Hicks. And Hicks has yet to retire a batter in this appearance. Terang had the base hit, now back-to-back walks. He was saved by that caught stealing. And we're going to have a mound visit by the young catcher Edgar Caro to talk things over with Hicks. Trips to the mound presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. It's nothing short of a sports fan's dream with over 95 sports betting kiosks, elite dining, a first-class bar, wall-to-wall screens, and a massive video wall. Become a legend. So here's Andrew Vaughn. Again, for Vaughn, you know he'd like to have a memory against his former team. Team that picked him in the first round out of California. That sent him to the Brewers last year while he was in AAA for Aaron Savali. His first opening day in Milwaukee. Hicks' first pitch, and Vaughn took a slider down and away, and it's 1-0. Hicks, the longtime Cardinal, is with the Giants, Red Sox, now finds himself with the White Sox. The 1-0, and a line drive back up the middle and into center field, a base hit for Vaughn. Around third is Contreras. He is going to score. Yelich into third in front of the throw. It's an RBI single for Andrew Vaughn against his former club on opening day, and it's 9-1 Milwaukee. Good piece of hitting by Andrew Vaughn. The King has returned. Here's Jake Bauers.
Well played.
Now this is just the Brewers being the Brewers. This feels like so many games we saw them play a season ago. We keep hearkening back to that, but it just feels so much like so many of the games we got to watch this team play. First pitch to Bauers is hit fouling out of play third base side. It's 0-1.
Well, and you think about it, the first news that we got arriving to the ballpark today was that Jackson Churio, arguably your most important hitter, has a broken bone in his hand, and he's out for 2 to 4 weeks. Thus far, no matter.
1. Bowers pops it up. This one on the infield. It'll be the shortstop Montgomery right behind the mound. Now backpedaling a couple of steps to make the catch. And there's 2 away. Bowers just missed that one. He got a breaking ball middle. It's that big sweeper from Hicks. And just popped it straight up in the air. So here's Sal Frelick. Frelick had the 2-run home run back in the 5th. He is 1 for 2 today. Hit that ball 407 into the second deck in right field. Little bit mighty for Sal Frelick. It is one strong dude in that batter's box. Hicks' first pitch. And Sal took inside of the sinker. It's 1-0. 9-1 Brewers. They have only failed to score in the first inning. They had a leadoff double in the first inning and didn't get that run in. And the third inning, they were retired in order in the third. They have been chaos since then. There is a strike with a sinker, and it's 1-1. 2-run 4th, 2-run 5th, 1-run 6th, and of course, that second inning was the big 4-run inning for the Crew. Hicks, 20 pitches already in the inning. And he misses high with a fastball at 99. 2 balls and a strike on Sal.
Catcher's challenging the call-up.
And Edgar Caro is going to challenge another one. He's going to lose this one.
Confirmed the White Sox have one challenge left.
Mark Wegner letting you know that they have lost a challenge now. 1 challenge left for the White Sox. What if the crew chief or the home plate umpire was required to then give the record for the challenges on the day, and he says Edgar Caro falls to 3-1 on challenges today. Challenges brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, by the way. And Brandon Lockridge is going to run at first base.
Yeah, they're going to take Vaughn out of the game here.
For Andrew Vaughn.
Yeah. The umpire could then say, and I improved to 1-3.
Yeah. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Frelick. Hicks looks in. And the pitch. And a fly ball fouling out of play down the left field line. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think that's a defensive-minded pinch run. You're probably going to take Bowers out of the game in left field next inning anyway, so start the shuffle with Lockridge coming in to run for Vaughn.
Bowers moves to first. 2-2 pitch. That missed just a little low with that sweeper, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I think the more you can get guys in on opening day, the better, too. You get a game like this, if you can get Lockridge into the game and let everybody feel like they take part in opening day. Your objective is, of course, to make sure you win the game. There goes the runner. 3-2 pitch and latched foul off the facing of the White Sox dugout. Late swing from Sal. Stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Lockridge will be moving on the pitch once again here. Great day at the ballpark. The crowd has been phenomenal. They've had so much to cheer about. There are good vibes throughout this ballpark and throughout this fan base. 3-2 pitch. Frelick, a pop-up, fouling out of play, third base side. He is extending this at bat against Hicks, who has thrown 25 pitches in this inning now. You get a chance to take in any of the new concessions items? There's a couple of them that I am like, I got to get into it. It's like a Wisconsin Philly cheesesteak.
Oh.
3-2 pitch. There goes the runner. A late swing again from Frelick. And again, he bounces one foul over near the third base dugout. Stays at 3-2. There's also like a deep fat fried Kringle that just looks. I mean, I've been trying to watch what I eat, but I'd probably make an exception there.
Yeah. When you're at a ballpark, I don't think the rules apply.
No, it doesn't. Everything's paused. 3-2 to Frelick. Up and away. He works the walk. What an at-bat from Sal Frelick. There's been some great at-bats today, but that one is extremely impressive. And now we're going to get a mound visit from the pitching coach of the Chicago White Sox, and that, of course, is Zach Bove, who's on his way out there to chat with Jordan Hicks, who's at 27 pitches. There is action in that White Sox bullpen now, but kind of late to get up, frankly. Edison Paez is just now starting to get loose. This is turning into a long inning for Hicks. The bases are loaded. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Nothing short of a sports fan's dream, with over 95 sports betting kiosks, elite dining, a first-class bar, wall-to-wall screens, and a massive video wall. Become a legend. So Hamilton's going to hit here with the bases loaded after the ortho ASAP walk drawn by Frelick. Pitch to Hamilton, ground ball foul at the first base line. It's 0-1. Brewers with 10 hits in this game, a plethora of base runners, and they've only stranded 4 so far. 3 ducks on the pond right now for the Brewers' third baseman. 0-1. Hamilton takes inside with a sinking fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You think about where Hicks would be in this inning had there not been that caught stealing.
Yeah.
That's one of the 2 outs that he's recorded.
Yeah, the only out that he's actually recorded on a hitter was Bowers, who popped up, frankly, not a great pitch. That one's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. It was a hanging, well, they'll call that a strike. It clipped the inside edge just at the very bottom of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was a hanging breaking ball that Bowers just missed. 1-2 pitch. That is low with a sweeper. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jake Bowers was probably about a centimeter away from sending that ball on a rocket ship out of here, the way he's been swinging the bat lately. So it's been a tough inning for Jordan Hicks in his White Sox debut. 2-2. Up and in. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and nowhere to put David Hamilton. Woodpeckers are at it again here in the bottom of the 6th. Yelich at third, Lockridge at second, Frelick with good speed at first. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. And we will do it again. And once again, the runners will have the benefit of moving on the pitch. 9-1 Brewers, and a chance to really punch an even bigger hole in this game right here. The pitch. Missed inside. He walked him. It's 10-1 Brewers. A bases loaded walk issued to Hamilton. And that's going to be it for Jordan Hicks. 34 pitches and a really rough first outing in a Chicago White Sox uniform. Edison Paez is going to come into this game for the White Sox. Another ortho ASAP walk. That one drawn by Hamilton. And we've got a pitching change by Chicago. Those are brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. Sometimes you need a change for even the heaviest control problems. And the White Sox have had some control problems today. Visit NorthShore.com. Brewers are in control. It is 10-1 Crew on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Hey, I went to the new place. They didn't have everything, but the bananas were on sale.
Wait, why didn't you go to Woodman?
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. Other stores promote a few items but charge more for everything else. At Woodmans, you save big-time money on your whole grocery bill.
I even use the app to compare prices.
Oh my gosh, talk about receipt regret. Our work here is done.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
High-tech data centers are critical to unlocking the power of technology to grow our economy, improve our healthcare, and transform education. And Wisconsin is quickly becoming a data center hub, which is great news for our state's skilled workers. Each data center creates about 1,800 construction jobs and then hundreds of high-paying jobs to operate it. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now supports bringing data centers online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
Garrett Mitchell's the batter. Hedrickson Paez is the right-handed pitcher for the White Sox. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. A 10-1 Brewers lead. Paez kicks and delivers the first pitch, and a swing and a miss and an elevated fastball at 92. It's 0-1. Mitchell hitting with the bases loaded. Garrett is 0 for 1 today. He's walked. Also put down a sac bunt. A 1 pitch. Missed inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rule 5 pickup. Paez never pitched above Class A in his career until today. And he gets handed the ball and says, here's the bases loaded against the NL Central champs. 3 times over. 1-1. And Mitchell, did he check? Yes, he did. They appealed to third. Nate Tomlinson says he didn't go at that changeup down below the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. I mean, think about that. You're making your MLB debut, and this is the situation that you're brought into if you're Hedrickson Paez. 2-1 to Mitchell. Missed outside. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, last year, the highest level he got when he was in the Red Sox organization, High A Greenville. That's it.
This is not that. This is not that. Clearly a good arm that the White Sox saw something in. 3-1 to Mitchell. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt, and the count is full at 3-2. Love that from Garrett, though. Go ahead and get aggressive on a 3-1 count. The bases loaded. Pretty good pitch from Paez. Got it in enough to miss the barrel and draw the foul tip. Count is full now, and now timeout is taken by Mitchell. Brewers looking for something they already have plenty of, some network health insurance runs with a 10-1 lead, but the base is full of Brewers right now here in the bottom of the 6th. Paez looks in, and the 3-2 pitch, and popped up foul back behind home plate. Now to play, and Mitchell will live to see another one. Hit a home run with your health insurance. Visit networkhealth.com to find the perfect plan for you and your family. Mitchell, the 8th batter of this inning. All the runners the responsibility of Jordan Hicks. Paez the 3-2, and Mitchell took low and works the bases loaded walk. So that's 3 straight walks issued by the White Sox. The last 2 from Hicks, and now this one from Paez. Ortho ASAP walk. It is 11-1 Brewers.
Ortho ASAP is busy in the 6th inning, Liam. That was the 5th walk.
Goodness. They had Contreras and Yelich that walked. And now here's going to be Luis Rengifo, who is going to hit for Joey Ortiz. He is the 9th batter of this inning. This has been some kind of strength on display by the Brewers here today. I mean, they've been flexing their muscles all game long. So Rengifo's first at bat as a Brewer. Switch hitter up there is a lefty against the right-handed pitching Paez. First offering, and Rengifo, a fly ball down the left field line, foul and out of play. No balls and 1 strike. This has been the Brewers just refusing to blink at any point, which is something we've seen from them over the years. They don't care the score, they don't care the situation, they're going to try to execute this very pitch in front of them. Paez looks in, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed outside, and it's 1-1 on Rengifo. The win tonight mentality has been talked so much about in the Pat Murphy era, but I think you can even take it a step forward where it's literally win the pitch. And that's what you've seen this team continue to do even as this game's gotten out of hand. They don't feel sorry for the White Sox. The 1-1. A pop-up, foul territory, third base side. That's going to get out of play. And it's 1-2 on Rengifo. Got a change up just a little bit down below the zone, and Rengifo fouled it off.
You mentioned a chance to get some of the guys that had been on the bench into the game this inning. Brandon Lockridge, Rengifo getting to get in. Maybe you'll see Blake Perkins, who was recalled this morning, later on. That's a nice byproduct of having a healthy lead.
No doubt. This has gone according to script this afternoon for the Brewers. 1-2 strikes on Rengifo. Bases full of Brewers, 2 outs. Paez kicks, delivers, and missed inside. It's 2-2. Rengifo, of course, his whole career with the Angels until this year. Been a productive player in Anaheim, and now looking to have a bounce back year after a little bit of a down year in 25. 2-2 pitch. Chopper over the head of Paez. No, he jumps up and gloves it and then tosses to the first baseman Murakami for the final out of the inning. Brewers leave them loaded, but they get 3 runs across in the 6th, and they lead it 11-1 as we head to the 7th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Brewers spring training is here, but Wisconsin weather's still playing games of its own. One day it feels like spring. The next, it's salt, slush, and winter grime covering your vehicle. Tsunami Express Car Wash steps up to the plate with their powerful Salt Blaster, rust-fighting underbody wash, and premium protectant coatings that help defend your ride from Mother Nature's unpredictability. Sign up today and try your first wash free at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. Wash, chill, repeat.
Tell me a little about your Work Smart story.
I'm Dustin, and I've been a Smart 18 member for over 5 years. Before that, my jobs were pretty rough. Poor training, low pay, and bad benefits. I just wasn't getting anywhere. Then, I joined Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers, and everything changed. They hooked me up.
Start your smart journey today. Go to smart18info.com.
At Prevea Orthopedics and HSHS Hospitals, we understand all the ways you move. From the ways you love to move, to the ways you need to move, and the ways you want to move. Movement looks different for everyone. That's why we specialize in you, providing the expert care you need for all the ways you move. To schedule an appointment, visit prevea.com/ortho.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless.
Less is more.
11-1 Brewers as we head to the 7th inning, and stepping back in with the play-by-play. Here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. The party of the ballpark today, isn't it?
Oh, man. This is the way you hope opening day goes when you lay your head down the night before.
No kidding. Grant Anderson is in to pitch. Luis Rengifo takes over at third base, moving David Hamilton to shortstop. Joey Ortiz out of the game. Brandon Lockridge is in left. And that moved Jake Bowers to first, replacing Andrew Vaughn. And here's a called strike on Munetaka Murakami. 0-1 from the three-quarter sidearm delivery of Grant Anderson. The 0-1. In there for a strike to Murakami. It's 0-2. You think about the home opener last year. Grant Anderson got called up because of injury against the Royals in that blowout defeat the Brewers had. And who knew that Grant would become as big a part of the bullpen as he did? Ground ball hit towards first. Diving play by Bowers. Bobbles it, picks it back up. Feeds Anderson in time for the out at first on Murakami. Just moved in from the outfield, as I told you. Jake Bowers, he makes a fine play despite a bobble. Kept it right by his side and picks it up for a 3-1 hookup. Ball was hit hard, one away. That'll bring up Everson Pereira. If you are just joining us, and our 43,000 fans and friends, the White Sox took a 1-0 lead on the first batter of the ballgame. Pereira Dribbles a foul inside the box on an Anderson sweeper, 0-1. Chase Mydroth led off the ball game with a long home run. Ever since, it's 11-0. The Brewers with 4 in the second, 2 in the fourth and fifth, and just had a 3 spot in the sixth. Breaking ball fools Pereira, half-hearted swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. It has been a deluge by Milwaukee, and don't overlook what Jacob Miserowski did on the mound. 11 strikeouts in 5 innings. Now the 0-2. Pereira swings and misses. Anderson puts him away. That's the 3rd time that Everson has struck out. And it is the 14th in the game for Milwaukee pitching. All of them brought to you by Ortho ASAP. Don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com.
Pat Murphy was asked on MLB Network this morning about, what do you think kind of the mantra of this team will be,
Edgar Caro swinging a ground ball to shortstop. David Hamilton just moved over there. Fields with a forehand and throws out Caro. Anderson with a 1-2-3 inning.
There's been so many win denied, and he just said, I know we're going to come right at you. I'd say the Brewers hit the ground running and came right at the White Sox today.
Yeah, they threw them some Mike Tyson uppercut punches. Time to stretch. The Brewers have been having fun, and they lead this game by a score of 11-1. Let us keep it here and listen in with Mark Richards, public address announcer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Bob Kozlowski is back at American Family Field for God Bless America. As we stretch, it is 11-1. Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
High-tech data centers are critical to unlocking the power of technology to grow our economy, improve our healthcare, and transform education. And Wisconsin is quickly becoming a data center hub, which is great news for our state's skilled workers. Each data center creates about 1,800 construction jobs and then hundreds of high-paying jobs to operate it. Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now supports bringing data centers online to move our state's economy and technology forward.
You've taught them, trained them, taken every precaution. But sometimes, despite your best efforts, someone gets hurt on the job. Because they're not perfect. They're people, and they're your people. At least you can keep them happy, healthy, and working with a workers' compensation policy from West Bend. It's how to give every problem a silver lining. West Bend, the worst brings out our best. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
The health of Wisconsin depends on people ready to serve. That need creates opportunity. And at Concordia University, Wisconsin, you can prepare for a healthcare career with purpose. From nursing and pharmacy to therapy, counseling, and healthcare leadership, you can step into roles where you're truly needed. Learn more at cuw.edu/bucks. Concordia University. Live uncommon.
You're out of there, leaky store brands.
When all else fails, try North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Bryce Terang will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning against the rookie Hedrickson Paez. 11-1 Milwaukee on opening day. Top of the order coming up for Pat Murphy and the crew. Paez in his major league debut issued a bases-loaded walk upon entry, then got a ground out. Terang 2 out of 4, and he swings and pops a foul. Coming back out of play. 7th inning stretch Sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. The Island Resort and Casino, the premier resort destination in the Midwest. Plan your visit today by visiting IslandResortandCasino.com. Turang a double and a single. Paez out of the windup, the 0-1. Misses up tall, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's that great Bob Uecker line at the beginning of Major League when Willie Mays Hayes leads off with an infield single in the opener. 1-1 pitch is down low, 2-1. Ueck, as Harry Doyle says, you can always tell how your season's going to go by the first batter of the year. That ended up being prophetic for the Indians in the movie. Well, Bryce doubled to begin the year for the Brewers. 2-1 pitch, up and in from Paez, so it's 3-1. So if the saying comes true, we're going to have a great season again, folks. And I think this guy in particular is bound for another fantastic year. Bryce Turang waits against Paez in a hitter's count. 3-1 coming. Taken in at the knees, it's 3-2. The fans no dental insurance but need dental care. The new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. Join at WDAclub.com. Wind up 3-2. Chopped foul softly up the first baseline. And Turang making the youngster, 22-year-old Paez, work. Brewers leading by 10 runs. We are in the bottom of the 7th. The windup, another payoff pitch. Missed outside. He walked him through the breaking ball, 85 miles an hour, and it was not close. That is the 6th walk since last inning for the Brewers offense. When the pain can't wait, walk right in to ortho ASAP. Third time today that Turang is aboard. Here comes William Contreras, who's also had a monster day at the plate. 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a 3-run double. First pitch, big swing, and he fouls it, coming back over the screen and just below us. That was a home run hack. Well, the crew has been around since 1970. Habish, and Rotier even longer. If you're injured in an accident, call the firm Wisconsinites have trusted for over 95 years. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball outside, 1-1 the count. We had some great ceremonies before first pitch today at American Family Field. I love the 2 different Jordans throwing first pitches. 1-1 is high, and it's 2-1. You had QB1 for the Packers, Jordan Love, throw out a first pitch. And Kewaskum's own long track speed skater, Olympic champion Jordan Stoltz, throw the first pitch as well here today. Those are 2 great athletes. Turang leads in the 2-1. Swung on and popped out. Right side of the infield. It's right behind first base. Play for Murakami, drifting into fair territory. And he makes the catch for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. William wasn't happy. He thought he could do some damage with that pitch. Back to the dugout he goes. Turang at first with 1 away for Christian Yelich. Jordan Stoltz in Italy during the Winter Olympics. Multiple gold medal winner for the United States. Learned how to speed skate his backyard in Kewaskum on the frozen ice of the pond. Yelich has been on twice, and he swings and misses as an RBI single and a walk.
I had a frozen pond in my backyard, but I did not learn how to skate. That's where the comparisons end.
I was going to say, and you have no gold medals to show for it.
Yeah.
0-1 on Yelly. Paez is coming set right at the belt. And the pitch. Line back up the middle, straight through the center field. Another base hit for Christian Yelich. Turang will stop at second as Acuna throws it in. Yelly's aboard for the 3rd straight time. The beat goes on. It's first and second with 1 away in the 7th. Would be the first at bat of the season now for Brandon Lockridge, who is currently occupying the cleanup spot. That great story there for Wisconsin's own Jordan Stoltz. And, of course, Jordan Love had been here last season throwing out a first pitch. In fact, Christian Yelich, remember, was giving him some tips on how to throw it. Threw another good one here today before the game. Brandon Lockridge had that great spring, earned a spot on the opening day roster. First pitch is chopped foul up the third base line. His first opening day nod with the Crew, acquired the trade deadline last season from the Padres. All he did this spring, Lockridge, was hit 4 home runs and hit .318. Almost got to the point he was playing so well, the Brewers felt like they had to keep him. 2 on and 1 out, 11-1 they lead. And the breaking ball from Paez bends in for a strike. It's 0-2. Thought it was great that the Brewers observed a moment of silence for the late Bruce Fleming, who passed away. Mequon's own longtime Major League umpire, Bruce Fleming, friend of our booth. 0-2 pitch, misses upstairs, ball 1. Bruce was a frequent visitor.
Yep.
And to listen to Bruce and Uke get ensconced in conversation was something to behold. We'll miss Bruce Fleming. 1-2 the count on Lockridge. Paez set, kicks and deals, and it's grounded towards third base. Fair ball, backhanded by Vargas. Tags third base for 1. Bounces the throw across, not in time. Very close play. Miguel Vargas gets the out on the lead runner, Terang. Safe to second, Yelich, and Lockridge at first, 5 unassisted on the fielder's choice. It was right before we honored the United States with the national anthem. A moment of silence for the late Bruce Fleming. Opening day brings so much pomp and circumstance. Not just a ball game. It almost feels like you're in the middle of a huge event. You are.
The bald eagle?
Oh, yeah. Valkyrie. There's Bowers, 1 for 4. And the pitch. Big swing. He fouls it straight back into the screen.
There's a more impressive animal. You'd have a hard time convincing me.
They had a big, beautiful bald eagle as the national anthem was performed right by the third base dugout. The 1 swing and a miss by Bowers. Good change up there from Paez to get ahead 0-2. He's got a chance at a scoreless inning. Bottom of the 7th, 11-1 Brewers. Yelich at second and Lockridge at first. All of that happened before we even had Jacob Miserowski throw the first pitch today. Now the 0-2. Bowers takes that one in the dirt. Doubled up on the changeup, and it bounced in. Game 1 of 162. And 1 of 81 here at this ballpark through the regular season 2026. Glad to have you along. Josh Mauer, Lane Grindle, Ken Sommerfeld as well, of course. The 1-2. Bowers hits it in the air, deep into right field. Back on it goes Pereira, looking for the wall. He's waiting, he's leaping. Goodbye! Jake Bowers puts a capper on an opening day onslaught by the Brewer offense. It's a 3-run home run. How about 14-1 Milwaukee in the bottom of the 7th inning? That just got out in right. It was so high up, I thought it might hit the roof. And Everson Pereira, the right fielder for the White Sox, just finally ran out of room. Man, oh man, what a stretch Jake Bowers has had since the beginning of spring training, carrying over to the regular season. Base is clear, 2 out, and Sal Frelick looks at a strike. They always say, well, spring training results mean very little. And Bowers had hit 7 home runs in spring training games. Maybe they do mean something sometimes.
You play those games for a reason.
Frelick fouls one into the screen. It's 0-2.
You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they don't count for anything, but if they didn't matter, you wouldn't play games. You would just have a couple practices and play the season. You know?
Sal's got a 2-run home run. He's been on base 3 times. A couple of walks included. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball hit towards short. Played with a backhand by Colson Montgomery. Plants his feet. Low throw. But it is scooped in time for the out by Murakami to retire the side. Another home run presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Jake Bauer's 3-run shot. Get back to taking big swings on the course quarter field with a visit to Ortho ASAP. 14-1. You heard me right, folks. Let's go to the 8th inning of the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale is crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Blue Moon Light is a wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for exceptional taste at only 95 calories. And Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic is everything you love about Blue Moon without the alcohol. Check your local stores for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
In baseball, players spend time in the minors before making it. That's not the case with union construction trades like the operating engineers. As a union apprentice, you earn good money while you learn a trade. And graduates from union apprenticeship programs earn 41% more than their non-union counterparts. They even earn more than a typical worker with a master's degree. So if you are ready to earn big league bucks, go to join139.com to learn more.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. That's because their team is always there to protect your dreams.
DL Hall takes over on the mound. Folks, Brewers TV is here. Stream the crew for just $19.99 a month and watch every game. Brewers Baseball, $19.99 a month. Subscribe now, brewers.tv. Let's go to the 8th. 14-1 Milwaukee. Having fun yet, Lane Grindle?
I'm having a lot of fun. I think you are too. Kent Sommerfeld, not so much. High expectations on opening day for Kent. DL Hall takes over on the mound. First pitch to Luis Angel Acuna was in there for a strike. Now a ground ball deep in the hole at short. Backhanded by Hamilton. The throw will be late. Acuna too much speed, and that ball perfectly placed deep in the hole in shallow left, actually, by the time Hamilton got to it. So it'll be a leadoff single for Acuna here in the 8th inning. DL made 20 appearances a season ago. 3.49 ERA. Went 1-0. Had some really good outings, some important outings for the Brewers over the course of the year. A few spot starts as kind of an opener. Chase Miserowski, the batter. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-0. I say kind of because he was an opener, but he went 3 innings in a couple of those. Jordan Leisure, the right-hander, is getting loose for the White Sox in their bullpen. All looks at first, and now the 0-1 to Miserowski is high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's 8th inning is brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council. Earn great union wages and benefits building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's liunawisconsin.org, and feel the power. Pitch misses low with a curveball. It's 2-1 on Miserowski, who made everybody in here a little nervous for a moment when he homered to lead off this game against Jacob Miserowski. 2-1. That is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. That was the only moment, and it was a fleeting one, where anybody was concerned about this one. The Brewers have bullied the White Sox for the rest of this game. 14-1 Crew. Just 3 hits allowed by Brewers pitching, as this pitch is up and away, and the count is full. 3-2 on Miserowski. And 2 of those are really infield singles, and the other one would be the home run by Miserowski. Haven't been a lot of balls hit hard by the White Sox today. Hall looks at first, and now the 3-2 pitch. And he missed low. He walked him. So the first two have reached here in the top of the 8th inning, and that'll get Colson Montgomery to the plate. So not the start to this outing that DL was hoping for. He's missed low with that curveball, so an infield single and a walk. And now here's Montgomery, who's 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts, and he popped up back in the 5th inning. That was the last batter that Miserowski faced. And it feels like a long time ago that Miz left this game. Pitch is swung on and fouled straight into the dirt. Behind home plate, it's 0-1. But when the dust settles in this one, that's going to be one of the primary headlines, is what Jacob Miserowski did today. 11 strikeouts, a franchise record for opening day. Did it in just 5 innings. A 1. Swing and a miss at a slider down and away. It's 0-2 on Colson Montgomery. I promise you this, Josh. The rest of Major League Baseball will look at that and go, uh-oh. This young pup is maybe ready to take another step forward, which is a scary thought. No balls and 2 strikes on Montgomery. Hall looks back at second base. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. As the first out of this 8th inning, ortho ASAP strikeout recorded by DL Hall.
Tell you what, between walks, strikeouts, and home runs, ortho ASAP is as busy as they're going to be all season, perhaps, today.
Think about this, Josh, just from the Brewers' perspective. They've drawn 10 walks as a team. They've struck out 14 White Sox hitters as a team. Miguel Vargas takes up and away. It's 1-0. When those two stats look like that, you're going to win a lot of games by a big margin. And that's what's happening here today. 1-0 pitch. Hit off the end of the bat, foul over near the Brewers dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike on Vargas. Well, these last few innings have been a good time to sit back and enjoy a stress-free Leinenkugel summer shandy and just enjoy some baseball. It's refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's flavor of the moment. Vargas takes down and in with a cutter. 2-1 is the count now on the White Sox third baseman. DL trying to navigate this top of the 8th inning. 2-1. That's over but low with a sinker, and it's now 3-1 on Vargas. So the White Sox able to get the first 2 on, then the strikeout of Montgomery. Now a 3-1 count to the right-handed hitting Miguel Vargas. Hall checks the runner and the pitch, and he missed inside. He walked him, and now the bases are loaded. And we may see Chris Hook potentially pop out of that dugout at some point here. Try to get DL on track. It's going to be Contreras to go out for a visit as William walks with DL Hall back to the mound. Trips to the mound are presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. It's nothing short of a sports fan's dream with over 95 sports betting kiosks, elite dining, a first-class bar, wall-to-wall screens, and a massive video wall. Become a legend. So here's Sosa, who grounded out back in the 6th inning against Ashby. And he will hit with the bases loaded here. Sosa played in 140 games last year for the White Sox. Takes down and in with a changeup. It's 1-0. Had 22 home runs, 75 driven in last year. That led the team. A lot of second base, but more of a flexible role this year with Mydroth penciled in at second base. Takes a strike here. It's 1-1. You'll see him DH a lot this year for the White Sox. Hall's 1-1 pitch. Popped up, foul, and out of play behind home plate. And it's 1-2 on Sosa.
Pretty impressive how many of the 43,000 fans have stayed around, even with this being a 14-1 game in the 8th inning. We're still basically full.
It's opening day, which is a holiday. You want to soak every little bit of this in. I think everybody's been waiting for this team to get back to playing games again. 1-2 pitch is rolled foul into the White Sox dugout. Still 1-2. Everybody had so much fun last year. Last year was like one continuous party in this ballpark, you know? And I think everybody had so many great memories. They just couldn't wait to get back here again and get this season started. And the Brewers have rewarded them with some good play here this afternoon. Hall's 1-2 pitch. Popped up foul and out of play behind home plate. We'll do it again, 1-2. And I'm sure for a lot of these fans, the fact that they get to see a sneak peek of the Uke documentary is a part of the calculation, too.
Great point.
20-minute preview of the documentary on Uke that's going to be played here in the stadium at the conclusion of the game. And I've had a chance to see it. It's phenomenal. People are going to just absolutely, I think, love this documentary. And I think if it was at all possible, they're going to have even that much more respect and admiration for the man that we loved so much. 1-2, hit off the end of the bat, foul at the first base line. We'll do it again at 1-2 strikes. And I can't wait for people to get a chance to see it for themselves. And to be honest with you, just the familiarity of the mannerisms and the things that he would say on a daily basis in the booth, to hear it again in that documentary, hard to not get a little emotional. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Well, DL needed a strikeout. He gets one. Ortho ASAP strikeout of Sosa. And now here's Austin Hayes with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Kent Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you. Austin Hayes, the batter, and D.L. Hall's first pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Hayes today 1 for 3. Infield single back in the 4th inning. 14-1 Brewers in the top of the 8th inning. Hall's 0-1 pitch is a little low with a changeup. 1 strike.
We had the directors of the documentary Uke, Steve Farr and Michael Volman, in the booth earlier today. They're here promoting it. And they did a wonderful job with behind-the-scenes access to Bob.
The 1-1 pitch is hit foul behind home plate on the ground. It's 1-2. You and I were around for all the filming of this documentary. You know, they were with us in the booth a lot over the last couple of years of Uke's life and career, and of course we did interviews with them. We followed along as this project was nearing its completion. 1-2 is a called third strike on the outside edge, and T.L. Hall with an infield single and a couple of walks had the bases loaded, but he strikes out 3 in a scoreless top of the 8th inning. Another Ortho ASAP strikeout. They did a wonderful job, and I'm excited for people to get a sneak peek of it here later on today. 14-1 Brewers. We go to the bottom of the 8th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Want to watch all your favorite WTMJ shows? Check out the WTMJ YouTube channel. Live streams of all your favorite WTMJ shows, from Wisconsin's morning news to what's on tap. See breaking news as it happens. Get involved with the action in the chat on Brewers Extra Innings and Bucks Talk, or see all the cool tools on the Fix-It Show. Missed your favorite show? We've got past live streams and interview highlights too. Subscribe to 620 WTMJ.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Baseball's back. Don't watch from the couch upstairs. Upgrade your basement with Matrix Basement, Midwest's #1 basement finishing company. Visit matrixbasements.com for your free estimate.
Jordan Leisure takes over on the mound for the White Sox. It is 14-1 Brewers here on opening day in Milwaukee. Everybody enjoying themselves. A few fans starting to make their way up the aisles and out this ballpark, but not many. David Hamilton will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. First offering to Hamilton is over but low, and it's 1-0. Action has begun in the Brewers bullpen. I think that is Jake Woodford. It is Jake Woodford. I'm just confirming out there in the Brewers bullpen, the newest Brewer. 1-0 is a fly ball to right. This is hit well. Way back is Pereira at the track in front of the wall with the play. Makes the catch. David Hamilton with a little look out to Pereira as if to say, thought maybe. Ballpark held it.
That's what it takes to get David Hamilton out for the first time today. He had been on base 4 times.
His best swing.
Right. It was.
Here's Garrett Mitchell. Instead of Garrett Mitchell, it's going to be Blake Perkins. So again, the Brewers able to get their bench involved in this one, Josh. Pretty cool. Blake Perkins, probably a pretty disappointing day a little over a week ago when he was informed he was going to be optioned to AAA Nashville. First pitch to Perk is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And this game has a funny way of coming back to you, doesn't it? All of a sudden, he's on opening day roster again. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. And able to check on a pitch down low with his slider. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
Might mean more this year for Blake, too, because remember last season he missed opening day. He was hurt.
Yep. Had that injury. Took him some time to get back. The 1-1 is over but low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the taste of a winner is what you'll get every time you enjoy a spoonful of Cedar Crest ice cream. How about some Victory ice cream tonight after the game? Dip a veggie into that Pine River cheese spread for a little snack, or bite into a delicious Usinger brat. Popped up fouling out of play third base side. It's 2-2 on Perkins. Now they're all Wisconsin favorites, and they're perfect with baseball. It's just not summer without them. Two balls and 2 strikes, so 14-1 Brewers lead. 1 out, nobody on in the 8th. Perk pops it up. This one behind home plate. Caro has the mask still on, dances underneath of it, finds it, makes the catch. And there's 2 outs in the Brewers half of the 8th. And that will get Rengifo to the plate. A reminder from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. Large trucks need more time to stop. Give them space. Stay safe. Rengifo's first at bat as a Brewer was a chopper right back to the pitcher back in the 6th inning. Hitting from the left side again for the switch hitter against the righty Jordan Leisure. First offering to Rengifo is a swing and a miss over the top of a slider, and it's 0-1. I think a lot of the players, members of the staff, as much as they love opening day and the pomp and circumstances Josh and I have been talking about, it is a special day. It's one where you kind of create memories. There's things about opening day that you just remember. The 0-1 is a liner down the left field line, but foul. And it's 0-2 on Rengifo. With all that being said, as much as you love all of that, Josh, I do think there's a part of the routine-driven baseball player that loves Game 2 about as much as any game on the schedule. You get to get into your normal routine that you get into for the rest of the season. 0-2 pitch. Up and in, 1-2 on Rengifo. We know this. Players are creatures of habit. They like that normal routine. And I think the night game routine, 6:40 start, the 7:10 start, is the routine the players really get the most accustomed to, because it's what they play at the most over the course of the year. You don't get that in spring training. 1-2 pitch is a broken bat, little flare into shallow center. Going out is Montgomery, the shortstop. He twists around, finds it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Well, 3 outs to put a W in the books for the Brewers here on opening day. Jake Woodford's going to come on and try to get the final 3 outs. Brewers with a 14-1 lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Hershey's. Just stop into your neighborhood Quick Trip. Purchase any king-size Hershey's product with Quick Rewards for your chance to win cash. Choose from a Hershey's bar, Reese's, Kit Kat, or Reese's Oreo. Win big this Brewers season with Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest. Full details at QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Quick Trip and Hershey's, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
Wisconsin weather doesn't wait, and neither should you. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we make upgrading your home simple. Right now, order today and get 0% interest until 2032. You heard me right. 0% interest all the way until 2032. Upgrade your windows and doors now and pay over time without paying interest. With our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your investment. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2026. For every mile of highway, every bridge connecting our communities, the skilled union laborers of Lyuna, Wisconsin are on the job. They're building and maintaining the infrastructure our Wisconsin residents, industries, and economy depend on every day. So when you see construction signs, orange barrels, and flashing lights, please slow down. Those work zones protect Lyuna's skilled men and women. Strong roads, strong bridges, stronger Wisconsin. Lyuna, feel the power.
Diving stop. Nothing gets through. And nothing stops leaks like North Shore adult diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
Woodford, the longtime Cardinal, was a White Sox himself back in 2024. Was also with Pittsburgh in 24. He faces Munetaka Murakami to lead things off here in the ninth, and the first pitch missed inside of the cutter. It's 1-0. Last year with the Diamondbacks for Woodford. Brewers acquired him from the Rays just a couple of days ago. Murakami is swinging a miss at a changeup, and it's 1-1. Woodford gives the Brewers a little bit of a length option from the right side. They've got that with Hall and Ashby on the left side. But a guy that they could ask for maybe 6 outs or more out of that bullpen. The pitch is a fly ball to right and hit deep, and it is gone. And that is career home run number 1 in the big leagues for Murakami. And there will probably be more to follow with that guy's power. Cutter at 91. And that is a guy that had as much power as Japan has really ever seen. And that is why the White Sox signed him. It is 14-2. Youngest player in Japanese history to hit 50 home runs in a single season. And I don't think there's any doubt in the White Sox organization this guy's going to hit a lot of home runs. But there's some swing and miss in there, and there's going to be some growing pains. But his first hit is a home run, and that's to the surprise of very few, I think. And now we'll get Tristan Peters to pinch hit here. That was struck pretty well. 103 off the bat of Murakami. So here's Peters, a former Brewers farmhand, who really earned his way on this team. Lines this one foul into the Brewers dugout. Everybody's all right. It's 0-1. I don't know that a lot of people had Tristan Peters making the White Sox opening day roster at the beginning of spring training. But here he is. Canadian. Woodford's 0-1. Missed down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Woodford's 1-1 pitch Chopper foul, first base side. It's 1-2.
It's a great trivia question as to who the Brewers got in return from San Francisco when they traded Tristan Peters at the deadline back in 2022.
Trevor Rosenthal.
That's right. Trevor Rosenthal.
1-2 pitch. Lined off the facing of the Brewers dugout. Stays at 1-2 on 2.
Nothing gets by Lane Grindle.
Most does. Just not that one.
Who then never pitched for the Brewers.
No, never did get himself healthy enough to be able to get on the mound for the Crew. 1-2 pitch. Missed down and away with a changeup. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's what happens sometimes. You make those moves, and the Brewers have been fortunate because most of the moves the Brewers make work out in a big way. But you took a flyer on Rosenthal, hoping he'd get himself healthy and that experience would pay off. Just didn't work out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a good changeup from Woodford. And there's one away. Another ortho ASAP strikeout. 18 strikeouts recorded by Brewers pitching in this game now. Goodness. So here's Reese McGuire, who knows most of the Brewers in the first base dugout better than he knows the White Sox at this point. Used his opt-out towards the end of camp. Spent the whole spring training with the Brewers, and then the White Sox picked him up quickly, and the injury to Kyle Teal. And now he's the backup catcher for the time being for Chicago. First pitch from Woodford. In there with a strike, and it's 0-1. This is always kind of the oddities of opening day. You got a guy that didn't spend a second with the Brewers in Arizona on the mound for the Brewers, and the guy that spent all of the time in Arizona with the Brewers at the plate playing for a different team. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-2 on McGuire. Brewers trying to finish this one off. A 14-2 lead here in the 9th inning. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Cut fastball. 19 strikeouts as a staff now for the Brewers. Ortho ASAP. If you don't know it by now, you should. Because we've been telling you about them all day long. So Derek Hill will be the batter for the White Sox. Swinging a foul off of Contreras, and Contreras in a little bit of pain, hopping around. Seems to be okay, and now ready to get back in there behind home plate. The fans that are left here, 43,001. The attendance, a sellout. They're all to their feet. Brewers an out away from an opening day victory over the Chicago White Sox to start up 2026 in style. Woodford's 0-1. Breaking ball, popped up foul and out of play, first base side. And it's 0-2. Everybody on their feet now here at American Family Field. Woodford looks in. The 0-2 pitch. Missed high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hill. Brewers have had their way with the White Sox here in Game 1 of 162. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Woodford records the strikeout. 20 strikeouts as a staff today for the Brewers, highlighted by a franchise record 11 from Jacob Miserowski to start this game. And the Brewers win it 14-2 on opening day over the White Sox and improved to 1-0 on this championship season. What a perfect day at the ballpark to get this season started. 14-2 your final. We are back to tell you all about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
I'm Robert Crivello, an avid baseball fan. I'm an attorney at Cannon & Dunphy, been there over 21 years. Being part of a team makes all the difference in the world, and that's what we have going on at our law firm. If you've been wrongly injured, give us a call.
Buying a new roof might not be the most exciting thing you'll do this year, but for us at Big Fish Contracting, being chosen to do that roof for you not only provides income for multiple families in southeastern Wisconsin, but has a global reach and impact around